It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I'm Doug Brown. Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton says there's no need to panic. After scoring only 8 points in Game 5 against the Knicks, Halliburton says he and the team will be better tomorrow night.
We got to get stops. That'll jumpstart our offense, allow us to play faster if we can get more stops. But again, it's a thing that, there's ebbs and flows. There's so much we get better on defensively, so much we get better on offensively. And those two are really heavily related. Also defensively, if we're turning the ball over and taking terrible shots, then it's hard to get stops as well.
Tyrese Halliburton, Game 6, Knicks and Pacers. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern tomorrow night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Our Adam Schefter reports the 49ers are finalizing a trade to get edge rusher Bryce Huff from the Eagles. The Super Bowl champs would get a mid-round draft pick and would pay $9 million, or more than half of Huff's guaranteed money, for 2025. The new president of business operations for the Mets is Lou Scher. He's been the CEO of the U.S. Tennis Association since 2022. He'll start with the Mets in July.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Happy Regional Friday, everybody. We are at Walk-On's Burbank, the OG, with our friends from Mockler Beverage and Bud Light. And as you might imagine, when we are already an hour past the scheduled start time of this LSU Regional Baseball game against Little Rock, this place is popping. I think everybody who 2 hours ago when we learned this game was going to be delayed, that was at Alec Box Stadium, they all came here. So we have an awesome time going on. Live music. It is crowded. Cold beer flowing. Cold Bud Light flowing. Y'all come hang out with us here at Walk-Ons. We do have an updated starting time for LSU and Little Rock. 5:06 p.m. Central is the new projected starting time. Michael Cauble from our news partner over at WBRC. He's at the box, just done a quarter mile from where I'm sitting right now, but he's in the stadium. Joins us now. Cobbs, thanks for the time. How are you?
Doing great.
It's par for the course, right? May baseball, and here we go. We got rain delays. Okay, what's the latest?
All right, we got LSU players on the field getting ready to warm up, so that ought to give you an indicator of how committed they are to that 5:06 start time. We did have some lightning in the area earlier in the afternoon around 1 o'clock, and we had some light sprinkles. They pulled the tarp, put it on the field. They've since taken it off in the last 15 minutes, and LSU wearing their all whites are now out there warming up on the first base sideline. So getting ready to get this thing going.
No gold hats, right?
No gold hats. No, the gold hats, if you want to know, they were a gift, part of their postseason flag box, whatever. And, they got them. The guys wore them at practice the last couple of days. But
okay.
No, purple lids and full white.
Thank goodness for that. Okay, so it didn't rain heavily at the box at any point?
Not at all. Light sprinkles, and really a lot of wind. The wind is now blowing straight in from center field, it looks like, maybe a little left to right, but here at the box, the flags are coming in. And it's hot.
Are we looking at I don't know if you've spoken to anyone with game management or anything, but is 5:06 a hard start time, or are we looking at potential further delays looking at the weather?
Well, I mean, anything could happen with the weather, right? Here's the deal. I think there was a storm cell in Opelousas that was working its way this way. It dissipated, which is why in their last meeting, which was at like 2:45, they were able to come to an agreeing time of 5:06. I talked to the NCAA site rep yesterday kind of about what the process is and how they get going with that process. And they need basically a 2-hour and 15-minute window to green light this thing to start. They need 45 minutes of warm-up time, and then they want an hour and a half of actual play time.
Okay.
So they feel like they have that 2 hours and 15 minutes, that they can get it going now. And that's why they're going to go with this 5:06 start time. It was originally scheduled to be a 2:06 start time, so a 3-hour delay.
Okay, so they need 2 hours and 2:15 window. Okay, that's good to know. My understanding was it was 45 on the front, 45 on the back, so it's 2:15. So that does mean a bit longer of a window. We'll see. What about anything you can tell us about what the team or the either LSU or Little Rock did during the delay?
Yeah, so Little Rock stayed mostly in their dugout. LSU stayed in their clubhouse. We saw Little Rock. Both teams hit. When I got to the ballpark today around noon, they had already agreed that they would not take any batting practice on the field. They were going to hit indoors, which is what both teams agreed to and did. Nobody got any field work done because they put in the weather delay before that happened. So basically everybody's just been sitting around. Saw a couple LSU Tigers go down the cages and do some work, but really it's mostly just been inside the clubhouse getting ready, and now they're out on the field doing their calisthenics to warm up before they actually start warming up, throwing and tossing. They're just doing stretching right now.
All right. LSU and Little Rock, 5:06. That is exactly 2 hours from right now as we're looking at it. This is the new projected start time. Michael Cauble, WBR. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Carter.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying something. My apologies. All right, Cobbs, we'll
I'm
let
trying
you
to
go.
find out if they posted the starter. So just who's going to be pitching today.
Any
Trying to
ideas?
see if LSU posted it. Yeah. I mean, I know, but
Well, I think we all know. I don't know that anybody is saying it yet or one. I think it's a pretty poorly kept secret right now.
well, look, Matt, here's
do
the
you
way we
want
can
to say it or
discuss it
should
openly, right,
yeah,
Matt?
yeah.
We can discuss it in the terms that Jay Johnson never makes a decision like, right? So
Yeah.
Jay Johnson made a decision at the SEC baseball tournament,
Yes.
and there was reason why he made that decision, and I think we're going to see that decision right now. All right, so just to get you an update, it looks like LSU is walking into the indoor batting cages, so it looks like they may take BP inside. BP inside? Yep, so BP inside.
Okay.
They're working on getting the field ready, and so that's the latest.
Great. Thanks, Cobbs. We appreciate it, man. If you get anything else, let us know.
We'll do. See you, bud.
Okay, that's Michael Cauble, WBRZ. Our show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light, so drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. If you're watching, you'll see the big inflatable Bud Light cans next. They got awesome deals here. We're at Walk-Ons Burbank. Great deals on Bud Light, on Neutral, on all the Mockler products. They've got bars inside and out set up. This is a totally free event. The live music in the parking lot is totally free. Parish Construction and Roofing was one of the sponsors of this event to make sure that's free to everybody. So come on to the Walk-Ons Block Party today and on Friday and drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. What Cauble and I were referring to there, and Cauble sort of lightly danced around it, talking about Jay doesn't do anything lightly. Anthony Ianson last week threw out of the bullpen for the first time this season with the idea of having him available on full rest. I think at this point it would be a surprise if it were anyone other than Anthony Ianson starting this game against Little Rock. Of course, until the lineups are announced, until first pitch is thrown out, there could obviously be a change. But all the info clearly that Cauble has, that I have, that I think everyone has at this point, it looks like Jay Johnson is going to give the ball to Anthony Ianson today. for the opener, which would keep Cade Anderson available for the marble game on Saturday. I fully endorse that decision. I think the best decision would be to throw Jaden Newt today and then go Anderson Ianson, which is in effect to pitch off. But Jay doesn't do that. He doesn't leave anything to chance, and it helps that you have sort of co-aces here with these two guys to where you can throw Ianson in this ball game and feel really good about winning it, and you save Cade Anderson for what we all would assume would be a marble game against Dallas Baptist on Saturday. Again, that is not, I want to be very clear, that is not official. That is not official. I mean, until the lineup is posted and the starting pitcher's out there for his warm-up tosses, that's not official. But that's all the word that has sort of been leaking today. And, of course, Jay Johnson does have to exchange lineups with and make known his starting pitcher to Little Rock and Coach Chris Curry. So there's enough people out there that know what the intention is. We'll see if there's a change before first pitch. But 5:06 is the projected first pitch now with LSU and Little Rock to get this Baton Rouge Regional started. And, again, it's worth noting and worth mentioning that as much as it's that LSU chooses to play and people have work and different obligations and it's hard to get to the stadium and a lot of different stuff. This is why you do it. Now, LSU and Little Rock at best, you're talking about an 8:30 finish time. You know, you're talking about the second game between Dallas Baptist is when that game would start. So we all know well, right? Past 1 o'clock in the morning, and then the loser of that game would have to turn around and play early on Saturday. So for all the and I understand completely the fan interest in it being a night game, but like, this is why you do it. Like, this is why it's validating. It is the right decision. It's why it's why Skip Berman did it. It's why Paul Maneri did it. It's why Jay Johnson's doing it. It's why it's the right decision. When you have the choice, you play first. So LSU and Little Rock, again, 5:06 projected first pitch. We'll lead you right up to first pitch. Right here and after further review. Live from Walk-Ons on Burbank. We're thrilled to have you hanging out with us here, courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light. Our Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We will knock out a quick break. We will knock out a quick break, and when we come back, a little more reaction to what's going on here, but I do also want to mention there was really significant news involving Zion Williamson that we'll get to in just a second. If you haven't heard yet, it's we got to get to it. We will. Okay, stay with us here. It's AFR.
After further review.
We're brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Spell it out, O-N-E, 1hourbr.com. You know, we tell you about River City's 1 Hour Air all the time, and we're heading into a weekend. And listen, it's 100 degrees. Like we're in this patio, and it's awesome here, but it is hot and humid and sticky. This is not the time of year you want your AC going out. So if you got an issue with your AC on the weekend, you don't want to wait till Monday till someone's back in the office. You want it fixed right then and there. That's why you call River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Again, spell it out, O-N-E, 1hourbr.com. Remember, I always recommend, they're going to ask you about their maintenance club. Join it. I did years ago. It's totally worth it. Do it. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Glad to have you back with us here from Walk-On's Burbank. Our Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. By the way, speaking of Don Juan, of course, love telling you about my friends over at Bocock. Awesome. If you're watching here, I got the Jay Johnson Custom LSU Baseball Edition box on the set. You can get those at Don Juan Cigar Bar. We always appreciate Don Juan. Or you can buy them at the website if you want to buy the full box. Use the code MATT15, MATT15 for 15% off, BocockBrothers.com. Of course, go see our friends over at Don Juan Cigar Bar. I want to get to the Zion Williamson story here in just a quick second, in case if you aren't familiar yet with what has happened. Zion Williamson has been accused of some very, very serious charges. So we'll get to that in just a quick second. I understand that the overwhelming majority of everyone today is singularly focused on the opening day of regional baseball. We will give you sort of a wraparound from around college baseball today in the early window of games in just a smidge. If you are just joining us, 5:06 p.m. Central is the new start time for LSU and Little Rock. I will tell you, there is still the threat of a postponement because of actual rain. This was the threat of the cell, as Michael Cauble told us around Opelousas. I'm not turning into a weatherman here. I'm just explaining what we already know and have been told. Because what they didn't want to do is get everybody warmed up, the weather come, and then clear the field. And obviously you didn't want to start the game and then run the risk of starting your pitchers and then having a long delay, and then those pitchers are burned for the weekend. That is a worst-case scenario for everyone involved. So that's why the explanation of you need that full, that 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes of clearance on both sides. You have 45 minutes on the front end, hour and a half on the back end, so you can actually warm up and then get the game started. So, but apparently there are more cells, and there is still the threat of actual rain, which could cause another delay. So stay tuned for that. Again, that's just something that's being monitored right now. As we know more, we'll let you know. Jay Johnson, when he met with reporters on Thursday, this is nothing new. I mean, this is a team that's faced delays throughout the course of this season, and he talked about the threat of weather. Again, this was Thursday before we even knew about the delay on Friday. This was Jay Johnson on Thursday talking about the threat of weather delays in this region.
You have to be really deliberate in how you line your pitching up. You have to be really deliberate in keeping your team engaged. And this team has had so much experience with delays and stoppages and all of that. Like, I feel like they're prepared to handle that very, very well. and really, really look forward to a weekend with no delays, no stoppages.
From Jay's word to God's mouth, if only it were true. I look forward to a weekend with no delays or stoppages, and before you even throw out the first pitch of the regional, we're already into a 2-hour delay now. But he is right. It's something that this team has experienced and they're accustomed to. The Tennessee, as we know, Tennessee and Arkansas, they both ended up finishing games with walk-off wins at 1:17 a.m. The Texas A&M opener, recall, they were in a long delay. The first game got moved to Saturday. They ended up playing a Saturday doubleheader. Literally the first midweek game of the season against Nichols on the road got postponed because of freezing weather and rain, and they moved it later in the season. The last midweek game against Grambling got canceled altogether because of inclement weather. So, yes, this is nothing new for this team. And the thing about being in a postseason tournament is you do have to be malleable. You have to be able to pivot and adjust and adapt because there are going to be variables you don't control. Unlike in the regular season often where you play a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, you have your start times, you know who's pitching when. Things are adjusted now based on results, wins, losses, start times, all that sort of stuff. So the necessity that this team has bred with all those changes throughout the season has absolutely helped it in this moment. Cade Anderson, by the way, who we have not yet heard an announcement of a starting pitcher, but Cauble hinted at it. I think we've all heard the same things, that it looks like that Anthony Ianson would be the guy that Jay throws here in Game 1. Cade Anderson did meet with reporters on Thursday as well, and he discussed this team dealing with the stoppages throughout the year.
I think you don't want to play the Tigers at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I think that just prepares us, like I said, kind of like what he was saying with the 56-game playoff. You take one game at a time, you don't worry about anything else. It kind of solves itself.
What did Jay Johnson say? The best team in America at 1 a.m. We got it on a T-shirt at 929misfits.com, by the way. The 117, we got the Cade Anderson shirts as well. Show your support, 929misfits.com. But it's true. This has been an adaptable team, and that's great to see. So Theriot is going to join us here on site at Walk-Ons. We're looking forward to that. We'll be able to talk to him a little bit more about going through a delay like this from a player's perspective. Not necessarily from the pitcher's perspective, but from the player's perspective and how they'll make their way through this day and how they handle the regional. So Theriot will be here, and we were anticipating this show sort of being a companion show, right? We were just going to be watching the game and talking about it as it played out. Well, as it turns out now, we're weathermen and doing a de facto pregame show, but we're thrilled to have you aboard with us here. Hey, we're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen and SouthPointVW.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at SouthPointVW.com. That's SouthPointVW.com. Remember, you can shop every vehicle on the lot. Make, model, body style, price, all the specifications. New, certified, pre-owned. Go to the website, type in the criteria, boom, you'll see photos of the actual vehicles on the lot right there at SouthPointVW.com. They got some amazing deals right now. 3.9% APR for 60 months on 2025 Jetta or $1,000 customer bonus. It's a great opportunity. The Memorial Day savings have been extended through June 2nd, so take advantage this weekend over at South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland or SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? In about 10 minutes, we'll do a full scoreboard from around the opening day of regionals. The thing maybe the most notable is that Florida is taking it on the chin. They got down 6-0 in that game against East Carolina. The last I checked, it was 11-2 or 11-3. But anyway, we'll get to the scores here in a second. Earlier Friday, there was a very concerning, and that might be putting it mildly, story concerning Zion Williamson. And I understand it is the Friday of regionals. LSU is about to open up regional play in less than 2 hours. We're in the midst of a weather delay, and this is the thing everybody is concerned with. So the fact that I am even briefly deviating from that to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans should be an indication to you just how severe, truly, this story is. A woman is accusing Zion Williamson of rape. in addition to sexual, physical, emotional, and financial abuse that's from the lawsuit over a multi-year relationship. Now, some may ask, how can Zion Williamson rape someone he's in a relationship with? Well, by definition, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. There has to be consent for sexual behavior and intercourse. And in this court filing that details 2 alleged instances of rape from 2020, the first was September of 2020 in Beverly Hills. The woman, according to the complaint, said she was tired, wanted to go to sleep. Williamson told her she couldn't go to sleep until they had sex. And then he allegedly pinned her down, proceeded to rape her, and then threw her phone across the room and choked her. That's according to the complaint. Again, we have not heard a response from Zion yet. They have not had their day in court. This is an allegation at this point. It is important to note that. But these are very sincere and serious allegations. The second instance allegedly occurred in October of 2020, also in Beverly Hills. And the woman, same woman this time, said she was, quote, in the complaint, quote, violently raped after expressing plans to visit a friend in San Diego. You know, I don't, part of the lawsuit also accuses Williamson of, quote, threatening to kill the woman and her family multiple times. I think it's worth noting this is not a legal complaint. This is a civil complaint where the woman is seeking monetary damages. Anywhere from $18 to $50 million is what a source told ESPN in their piece. I do not know if that number is stated in the complaint. Typically, when you file a lawsuit, you don't ask for a specific amount in damages, as we learned with LSU's Title IX lawsuit or the Sharon Lewis lawsuit. She did, and it was kind of lambasted widely. I don't want to react because I have no idea. The Pelicans team allegations or accusations. I don't know that there's a for Zion Williamson, and like I have a yellow legal pad right here, and if you draw a line down the center of the legal pad and you put good and bad or pros and cons and you just start the list of good or pros is going to be a heck of a lot shorter than the list of cons, from the on the court to the off the court and everything. I mean, obviously this allegation is the most serious thing that we've seen during his time in the NBA with the Pelicans. But in addition, you're talking about repeatedly issues with injuries, physical health, weight, self-care, the inability to stay on the floor, all those things. I mean, the good is when he's been on the floor, he's been a very productive player. The problem is he hasn't been on the floor long enough. He's missed more than half the games he's eligible to play in his career since he was drafted by New Orleans. There's been a lot of talk this offseason about the possibility of trading Zion Williamson, which, in light of this news, would maybe seem even more likely or appealing. But at the same time, does he have any trade value? Would a team trade for Zion and his contract at this point, given this looming legal issue? And it is worth noting that these are just allegations at this point, and nothing has been proven to be true. He has not even responded. His legal team hasn't responded. He has not had a chance to defend himself in court. I mean, there are countless instances of the dangers of jumping to conclusions. The Duke lacrosse case is the most notorious that comes to mind. The Kobe Bryant rape trial. Kobe Bryant was guilty of adultery in that situation, but he was not guilty of rape, and he paid a dear price for those allegations and accusations. I don't know what happened or did not happen in this situation, and I am not in any way trying to minimize what the alleged victim is claiming happened, and I'm also not absolving Zion Williamson. I'm just saying that we have due process in this country for a reason. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not going to comment on the legality. I talk about sports, and for a dude that's on a max contract and has played in roughly half the games available and has been largely a bust for what you thought you were getting in drafting at the time, what everyone thought was a generational player, this is another gigantic mark in the negative, the bad, the cons column, with very few in the good. And it feels like this is a giant leap toward cutting bait with Zion Williamson. How that looks, I don't know. I couldn't even begin to know how that would look right now. But Zion Williamson, again, if you have not heard the story yet today, he has been sued over allegations of rape and years of abuse. Again, this is a civil lawsuit. This is not criminal charges being brought against Zion Williamson. Remains to be seen if that does, in fact, happen. Okay, as that develops, we'll certainly keep you posted. We are brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Love telling you about Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Listen, if you are maybe moving toward your wedding, you need that wedding band. Lee Michaels, his and hers wedding bands. Maybe you've already got the engagement ring. Maybe you're thinking about popping the question. Of course, nobody has a better selection of the finest diamonds in the world than Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. lmfj.com, lmfj.com. for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. 9 locations in all, 2 in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, and online at lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right, Mr. The Riot has shown up here. We are at Walk-Ons, Burbank, the OG. 5:06 p.m. is the projected start time. Now is the set start time for LSU and Little Rock. We'll see if that holds with still rain clouds and weather potentially looming in the area. But 5:06 for now is the start time for LSU and Little Rock. We'll come back. Muse will give us a look around college baseball and what's going on in the regional so far today. And we'll be joined on site here by Ryan Theriot, who knows well and good what it's like to play in these postseason baseball games. Stay with us. It's AFR.
After further review.
AFR is brought to you by Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Matter of fact, coming up here in about an hour and a half when they start playing baseball. Anytime there's a mound visit, that mound visit will be brought to you by Action Industries. And of course, with Action Industries, they're an amazing business that's been around for my entire lifetime, since 1982. And they service the petrochemical refinery markets. And they are an amazing industrial contractor, and I'm so impressed by their business. I know I say this often, but it's because they know who they are. There are amazing mega contractors that do $200 million contracts. That is not Action Industries. It's not what they are built to be. But if you've hired one of those mega contractors and you feel like you don't get their best, their undivided attention, you aren't a priority, you've got that 100-person job, Action Industries, that's their sweet spot. They'd love to serve you. Check them out online at actionindinc.com, actionindinc.com for Action Industries Incorporated. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Back here from Walk-Ons Burbank, the OG Walk-Ons on Burbank. Mr. The Riot's here. What up, bruh? Hey,
a lot of people in here.
It is hotter than hell out here right now, man. This is May after it rains. Is it raining right now?
It's not raining, but it's getting close.
Bro, look at that. I didn't even realize I got the banner up there. AFR. $3 Bud Lights, $5 neutrals, $3. What's it called? A hoop tea?
That's a hoop tea. It's a spiked iced tea. If you didn't know what it was, a hoop tea.
Hoop tea, like a hoop tea.
$3. Get you a hoop tea over here.
Come on, man. Our friends at Mockler hooking it up. Big shout out Dan Palmer. JJ's out here. I saw a Cord out here earlier as well. Appreciate our friends at Mockler, man. They've been great partners of ours. Great community partners forever, letting us do a cool event like this here. And shout out to Dustin Lovelace, Walk-Ons, the whole crew over here. For hosting. I mean, Friday Regional, where else would you rather be? You know what I mean?
Great vibe, pulling up. You
Good
could see
vibe.
all the folks out there. Yeah, now this is why you play the games, Matt, to get to Regional, to host and do all that stuff. And Alec Box does a great job doing
I thought you play to win the games.
You do that in the regular season.
Got
you
it.
play to win the games so you can do this.
Got it. Understood. Yes, sir. Okay, let's throw it to Muse back in. So we got TVs galore here at Walk-Ons. We're in the patio at Walk-Ons. The indoor patio, the garage doors are up. That's why it's so hot in here. They got the garage doors up. So
they need to close these things.
Yeah, shut those things down, and we'd have AC pumping in here. But they're trying to get the indoor-outdoor vibe. Would it be offensive if I just took off my pants?
No.
I mean, I'm wearing jeans, and I got my dead soxies on as well. But these are like dead soxies are like mid-calf. So I got socks mid-calf. I got jeans on. I got my shirt tucked in. I mean,
no pants.
Little Ron Burgundy style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about
feels
that,
like
buddy. I don't know if we do the no pants thing. But you are jacked right now. You could go no shirt.
I'm not jacked. I'm a little more fit.
You're fit.
I'm fit, but I'm not jacked, but I'm fit.
Yeah.
Unlike, like 12-year-old Matty Mo, taking your shirt off would have been a little challenging.
Yeah.
A pool setting in a co-ed environment. That was a challenge.
Yeah. It's part of it, though.
Now I'm like, let's go. It wouldn't matter even if I was still a big fat guy. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Okay, Muse, get us caught up with all the scores around college baseball. Hit it, Muse.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll start with some earlier finals, and obviously we'll start out in Conway. Florida just absolutely shellacked by East Carolina. Your final score there, 11-6. Pirates put up 9 in the first 4 innings. Florida starter Liam Peterson just an inning and a third before he was chased. Florida had a late 3-run homer, 11-6. In Knoxville, Cincinnati over Wake Forest, 11-6. 7 home runs hitting that ball game because, Knoxville. 8 runs in the first 2 innings for Cincinnati, and they never really looked back. North Carolina, 1 seed over to the 4 seed Holy Cross, 4-0 shutout. Carolina ace Jake Knapp, 8 1/3 innings with 7 punch-outs. A 3-run fourth was the difference in that ball game. Games in progress. It's Texas over Houston Christian, 7-1 in the 7th. Louisville, no problem with East Tennessee State, 8-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Kentucky clinging to a 3-2 lead over West Virginia in Clemson. Of course, the regional paired with LSU. In that one, Kentucky took the 3-0 lead in the most Kentucky way possible, a squeeze bunt and then a throwing error by the shortstop. They gave it right back, though, in the bottom of the 5th, a throwing error by their second baseman, and then an RBI single. It's Arkansas over North Dakota State, 4-2. USC over TCU, 3-1 in Corvallis. Florida State, Bethune-Cookman tied at 2 in a weather delay right now over in Tallahassee. Georgia over Binghamton, 5-2 in the 3rd. It's all Miami in Hattiesburg over Alabama, 4-0 so far through 3 innings. The Hurricanes limped into the tournament, but so far having their way with the Crimson Tide. Out on the West Coast in Los Angeles, UCLA is wearing some absolutely god-awful all-blue softball unis, but they're beating Fresno State 4-0 in the top of the 2nd. Georgia Tech in Oxford, 3-0 over Western Kentucky. That was a 3-run home run for the ACC champion Yellow Jackets in the bottom of the 1st to take that lead. And 2 more games in progress. Arizona out in Eugene over Cal Poly, 1-0. Stetson putting it on NC State and Auburn, 5-0, still in the top of the 1st in that game. That is your update. Wraparound coverage.
All right, Muse, appreciate it. Muse and Paulie are back in studio. We're here at Walk-On's Burbank. Our Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Get on by Don Juan, smoke a stick, have a great cocktail. Great spot to be on a Friday or any day when you want to relax, watch a game. You can do it over at Don Juan Cigar Bar, title sponsor of our Friday shows all throughout the year. So Theriot's here with us. Normally on these Fridays, you and I, because LSU always ends up seemingly playing these early games and regionals, we do what amounts to a companion show, just coverage during the game.
Yeah.
Now we're in effect doing a pregame show as we count down to 5:06 and hope that the weather holds off and they push off from the dock at 5:06. What do you think about? Just put us in the dugout right now for LSU. You think you're going to be playing at 2 o'clock? About 12:30-ish is when we get the news that it's going to be an indefinite delay, and so now you're sitting around waiting, and you finally got a start time. So walk us through this whole time period.
I mean, definitely throws a wrinkle in preparation, and baseball players are creatures of habit. We play so many games throughout the season, that you generally eat the same things and you have your routine, but, anytime there's a weather delay thrown in there, obviously your routine's thrown off. So this benefits the home team, though, tremendously. You're familiar with the locker room and things that you can do, and so the weather delay to me is advantage LSU. It sucks for both teams.
Yeah.
But if it is your home team, it definitely helps. It's harder on the pitchers than it is the position players. I'll say that, and depending on when the delay happens. Because they, again, and those guys are as weird as they come.
The pitchers?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, they have everything, mapped out to the minute. So it messes those guys up pretty good. But we'll see. Who's did they lineups out?
So they haven't announced a starter. It sounds like all indications that Ianson will start today.
Okay.
And so Anderson would go in the Marble game tomorrow.
So that's a good thing because lefties are really weird. And so hopefully the lefty can have more of a set routine and let the righty have to juggle at times.
We're on air and you're about to walk in front of a camera. It does always perplex me that flip around. Yeah. Hey, we're taking a picture.
Yeah. She got it.
It's always perplexing when people, you're sitting here. There's headphones,
lights,
camera. I mean, a table, like a very unorthodox setup. This doesn't look like a sports bar setup, right? I mean, we're clearly doing something here.
Yeah.
Headset, microphone, whole deal, middle of talking, and just boom, like a magnet right up. Hey,
are you Matt?
No. They just say I look like him.
Yeah.
And I carry this setup around a lot so people think I'm him.
That's right. Because I love taking pictures.
It's very nice. You wanted to take a picture.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice. I'm thrilled to do it. But it is sort of perplexing, though, how that throws people off.
I love it.
Sometimes.
It's really good. It's funny.
One other thing real quickly. Michael Cauble was with us at the start of the show. LSU's team, when they were taking the tarp off the field, was going to take BP at the indoor facility instead of on the field. As I presume they prep the field, they're going to take BP indoors. Is that a big deal?
No, not really. I don't think so. A lot of guys prefer to do it inside, truthfully. You don't want to go out and get BP is really, at this point in the season, it's for the fans. It's for the fans, and it's for the routine of them actually just doing batting, having batting practice, because you're supposed to have batting practice before the game. Some of the greatest guys I played with never hit on the field. They would just go underneath and hit in the batting cage and off the tee, take 4 or 5 swings. There's a story of Eddie Furness here when he was at LSU. He would go up, he would take maybe 1 or 2 swings, and then he'd go back in the clubhouse.
He'd hit a few bombs and then walk back in?
Well, you swing until your swing feels good, and Eddie's the greatest college hitters of all time, and his swing always felt good. So he just went and ate a sandwich.
All right, it's after further review. We are brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. It's been a great partnership as we're just starting this formal relationship we have with Our Lady of the Lake, but I'm going to have the pleasure over many months and hopefully many years of telling you about all the wonderful ways that Our Lady of the Lake, the entire Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System, serves not only the Baton Rouge area, but honestly a multi-state health system. Traction, you all partnered with Our Lady of the Lake a few years ago. What led to that, to the partnership with the lake?
For us, from a Traction standpoint, anytime you have the opportunity to partner with a medical provider of that size, but more importantly, their mission. The mission of that whole system is one of charity and give back. When you're in the hospitals, every hour, I think, there's a verse that's read over the loudspeaker. They pray in the evenings. And, from Traction standpoint, it was always something that sports and healthcare go hand in hand, to be able to offer our athletes the possible best care you can. And then to grow the physical therapy side, which the Our Lady of the Lake does a great job with that.
Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, together we roar. I believe I just got the push notification from LouisianaSports.net, and it looks like it is official. Okay, it is official now. LSU has announced Anthony Einson will start Game 1 of the regional. Again, that's something that we had. The coaches. The coaches have to. The coaches have to exchange lineups and disclose the starting pitcher, right? So I guess forgive me. I just clicked the link at LouisianaSports.net. For some reason, the story's not loading. But
I can say this. I was visiting with Chris Curry yesterday, the coach for Arkansas Little Rock, former teammates.
We got a break. But can we pick that up?
Yeah, let's pick it up.
I'm sorry. Let's stay on time. I want to hear about that. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll continue here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, we're brought to you by Duplessis Builders. I'll tell you what. You want to know what your boy is doing the second he gets home?
What's that? Get in the pool.
I am jumping in my pool.
There you go.
DuplessisBuilders.net. They can build you your pool. They are local. Derek Duplessis is awesome. I've told you before, he's got a mechanical engineering degree from LSU with a minor in aerospace engineering. He's a space rocket engineer, and he's going to build your pool. Why? I don't know why you would call anybody else. Isn't that enough?
Yeah.
From the area, Ascension Parish, went to LSU, can build space rockets. How about that guy?
Yeah, I want him to build my pool.
That's how I want to build my pool.
Yeah, I just want a hot tub. Can he do that?
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net. You can see their showroom on Airline Highway in Prairieville at the corner of Airline and Duplessis Lane, incidentally, right next to the new Rouses. It's DuplessisBuilders.net.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number one, LSU and Little Rock, 5:06 p.m. first pitch. We are a little more than an hour away from LSU getting this party started with regional baseball. The coach of Little Rock is Chris Curry, who was good enough to hang out with us earlier on the show, earlier this week on the show. Played for a season at Mississippi State, was in the Cubs organization with Brian Theriot. So you got to talk to Chris Curry. Did you see him or just talk?
No, I went to see him.
Oh, cool.
I used to drive him to spring training. I had my vehicle in Arizona. He didn't have his vehicle, and I would drive him every day to yeah, so no, it was great to catch up. I went and saw them yesterday. They were training, actually stretching out at the lab school, getting ready to work out at the box. And he actually asked me that question. He said, who do you think they're going to pitch?
Yeah.
I said, bro, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to be honest with you. Hey, pick your poison. I mean, do you want the guy that's going to strike out 20, or do you want the guy that's going to strike out 20? Like,
what did he say?
He's like, yeah, you're probably right, but my guy's pretty good too. So, but apparently they've got an arm that he really, really does like. That'll be going tonight, so that'll be fun.
So the pitcher they're going to throw, it's interesting. I don't know if you've seen anything about him. Jackson Wells is his name. So 2 years ago, he led the country in ERA. He was 1. Paul Skeens was 2.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, stylistically very different. You're talking about a guy that's 5. I mean, I'll pull up his bio here. He's a smaller guy, isn't going to throw as hard. But what's really interesting here, Mr. The Right, is Jackson Wells, and I don't know how or why this has happened. So he's 5'11", 200. But this year, his ERA is over 5. So I don't know what's happened. Like, I mean, I understand the injuries that Little Rock's had, how that could affect your offense, but like,
Did he break his arm?
I don't know.
Is he throwing with the wrong arm this year?
I mean, and look, for his junior year, a season ago, it just notes that, like the only note on his bio is Wells finished 5-3 as the Trojans won the OVC regular season title.
Yeah, maybe he was right-handed his sophomore year, and then he decided to pitch left-handed last year and this year.
I mean, brother, like this is his ERA this season is 5.24.
Oh man!
In 79 innings pitched, he has struck out 90 with 32 walks.
Okay.
He's given up 84 runs.
That's not terrible. Well,
it's not bad. It's more than a strikeout per inning pitch, but still, like he's also given up a run an inning.
Yeah, that's not good.
It ain't too more than a run. It ain't too good.
That's not great.
So.
In any league, that's not great.
No, that's not great. So, I think one of the big questions we have here, and again, we're wrapping up hour number 1 from Walk-Ons Burbank in conjunction with our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light. We appreciate so much all our friends at Mockler for having us and putting on this gigantic party. By the way, Parrish Construction and Roofing was sponsoring the block party. We got the Parrish truck right there, the Parrish tent right in front of the stage.
There it is.
How about that?
Who's sitting underneath the Parrish tent?
That's
over there?
the
Is that
sound.
Parrish people?
No, that's the sound engineers for the bands at the stage.
I got you. Okay.
And the truck's right behind them. See?
I see that.
Good visibility.
Those people over at Parrish, I'll tell you what.
Good people. I mean,
do business with someone you know.
We basically threw down a little bit of cash so that they wouldn't have to charge for people to come in here to see the band.
Okay.
That's like what happened. How
like
you liking it now?
I like it.
All right, I was going to say something. I was in the middle of saying something. I deviated.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, what?
I didn't get fired.
I got 7 seconds.
Almost got fired last week.
Yeah.
The guy that was going to fire me decided I think he likes me now.
Maybe so. Hour 2 next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawbillsTire.com, ShawbillsTire.com, with locations all over South Louisiana. You know, before you go to the beach, before you take the truck to 30A, the grocery getter with the 30A sticker.
Loaded up with the ice chests and the towels and umbrellas and
the umbrella, the tables that you need to put under the umbrella.
Yep.
The bags that you put the sand in to weigh your tent down and all that stuff, right? Oh, well, you don't do that on 30A. You don't bring the pop tents to 30A, dog. They ain't having that. No, they ain't having that. Well, before you do that, you need to get your grocery getter in shape. Get that oil change, tires rotated, that check engine light.
Yep.
Giving you trouble, anything like that.
Check all the filters.
Yeah, all of it. You bring it to Shawbills. Shawbills, maybe you need new tires. Name brand tires, wholesale prices. ShawbillsTire.com. ShawbillsTire.com. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Even after putting up their lowest scoring game of the postseason, the Pacers still lead the Eastern Conference Finals 3-2 over the Knicks. Game 6 tomorrow night in Indianapolis. Our ESPN radio coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern. For the first time since 2009, the Stanley Cup Final is a rematch. The Panthers and the Oilers. Florida winger Matthew Tkachuk.
We're confident, but so is Edmonton. I'm sure they're a hell of a team, and it's going to make for an incredible series. And not very often do you see a rematch in pro sports in the finals. So I think that it's the two best teams in the league.
Matthew Tkachuk on the Pat McAfee Show. Astros pitcher Lance McCullers Jr. is the latest pro athlete to get online death threats after a bad performance. Houston police are investigating, and team owner Jim Crane hired 24-hour security for McCullers and his family. Americans Tommy Paul, Ben Shelton, and Francis Tiafoe, winners at the French Open today.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the boy.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Matt, joined by Mr. The Riot. We are here at Walk-On's Burbank, the OG, just about, I don't know, a quarter mile away from Alec Box. You think quarter mile or less? What do you think, quarter mile?
Yeah, it's about a quarter mile.
Quarter mile from Alec Box. You can see it right there. And crowd still busy, still popping here at Walk-Ons. But you can tell, man, in the next half hour or so, people are going to start migrating toward the box. 5:06 first pitch. Again, it was scheduled if you're just knocking off of work, you haven't heard, just waking up from a nap. Game was scheduled for 2 o'clock. Threat of weather came, delay came. Ultimately, they saw a clearing. Teams are warming up, getting ready for a 5:06 scheduled first pitch. Anthony Ianson on the bump for LSU in this ball game. We were going to break, or in break, you were kind of just talking about, you're sort of waxing poetic to me about how much you love this time of year.
It is. I mean, playing ball here at LSU is amazing. But, dude, when you don't have to go to class, every moment is dedicated to baseball, and it's postseason, and you're hosting, it's the regionals and the super regionals and all that stuff. Man, this is the best time to be an LSU baseball player and probably an LSU baseball fan as well.
Do you think that will help? Hey, look, they're taking a picture.
Yep, there it is.
Do you think?
Hey,
do you think she
there you go.
Hey, look, she's representing. We got a Little Rock fan.
All right,
she's representing. Do you think that helps this offense, which the biggest piece of anxiety, I think, for fans right now is no longer the pitcher. I mean, they seem to have figured out the 7-8 guys they're going to count on, and you feel really good about it right now. But in the last month, the offense has been tough to come by at times.
Yep.
So does that help focus a little? I mean, what do you think?
Man, you know, hitting is such a it's such a confidence type thing. You know, I make the statement a lot. You know, when guys come here to LSU, they already know how to hit. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of tweaking and changing going on, you know. And so what you need is to feel sexy when you get in the batter's box. You need to feel confident that when you dig in, you know, you're going to have success. And yes, it does. It gives you some extra time to get in the cage, to get with your coaches or your peers, you know, and to feel confident about what you're doing. I had the pleasure yesterday to watch a few rounds of batting practice with the guys and just kind of sit there and listen.
Okay.
And you know, and that's what it was. It was a lot of high five and a lot of fist bumping. Like, yeah, that's it right there. Just confidence. And then also the preparation piece. I mean, you know who you're gonna face. You can really lock in on that film and video prior to the game, you know, if it's available. And it's why you see guys in postseason. It's more advantage, not advantage, never more advantage hitter. But the hitter has a better chance in the postseason than they do regular season. That's college and professionally, because of the preparation and the video that you can study and watch.
Is there anyone in particular in this weekend that you think in particular needs to step up offensively for LSU and have a good weekend?
Well, first let me say this. You know, Curiel has to feel the weight of the world on his shoulders. You know, to me, he's been the best player on the team so far this year offensively. And I think he is the best player on the team offensively. But when you've got proven veterans that have done well and have put up numbers in the past and they aren't producing, you know, that's still a lot to put on a freshman's shoulders. So I know we have seen him kind of take a bit of a step back, but, you know, for me, that's not as much on him as it is the other guys. Jared Jones has to have a great postseason. Ethan Fry has to have a great postseason. And lastly, Stephen Milam, who we've seen in big moments, get some big hits over the course of his career. You know, and he'll tell you he's had a disappointing season thus far, but that can all be forgotten if you have a great regional, super regional, and College World Series. So, you know, really to me, it's those three returning guys that have experience that need to step up.
Yeah, Milam hovering around 200 offensively in conference play. But I know the thing that we've talked about is, to his credit, he hasn't let the offensive struggles carry over to the field. He's been great defensively all season. And honestly, Ryan, like, we probably haven't spent enough time this year talking about how good this team has been defensively.
Yep.
In league games, they're fielding 985. Like, you get the type of pitching LSU has gotten, especially with Anderson Hines. You field it the way they have. Like, you're a tough out because 2/3 of the game, like, you're going to be within striking distance.
Sure. And look, to Milam's credit too, you know, he didn't play shortstop last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he played second base. And, I did the exact same thing my freshman year. I played second, then went over to short my sophomore and junior year. And it's not easy. Done an amazing job. And it's weird with Milam, too, because when you watch his at-bats, and this is different than Jones, by the way. Jones, to me, looks indecisive. He looks in between attacking or not attacking the ball. To me, Milam is on every pitch. He's swinging at strikes. He's on every pitch. And at the last second, he almost loses the barrel a little bit and is just not like super committed to the swing. And that's what I want to see from him, is a commitment to the swing. Whether you hit it or you don't, don't be in between.
Yeah. Milam, by the way, in conference play, overall he's at 277, and conference play he's at 211. So, I mean, he's 66 points lower in conference than overall. And, I mean, if you're 330 overall and you're 270 in conference, you can live with that.
That's right.
That's more like Derek Curiel, who's 296 in conference play and is 336 on the season.
Right.
You get a 40-point difference there, but 296 in league play, they'll play.
Absolutely, especially in the SEC this year.
All right, it's after further review. We're here at Walk-Ons Burbank, courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light. $3 Bud Lights, $5 neutrals, $3 hoop tees. You like
hoop tees?
You've had a hoop tee?
No, I haven't had one, but I like hoop tees.
They're all over the place, man. Big live music in the parking lot, courtesy of Parrish Construction and Roofing. Shout out to those guys for making this free for everybody.
They're the best. Good job, Parrish. Good job, Parrish. Get your roof from Parrish.
I do feel like, I know you got a letter. Do you want to do your letter now, or do you want to do it in the next segment?
It doesn't matter. I can do it real quick, or we can whatever.
Is your letter about where you were this week?
No.
Oh. Is it about baseball? Okay.
Nothing to do with baseball. So if you want to punt, let's do that. So
no, we're not punting. I want to hear the letter.
Okay.
Absolutely I do. But this is what we're going to do. We're not going to quick break, so we stay on time. We'll come back. We'll hear your letter.
Okay.
And we're expecting Coach Jimmy Burrow to join us here on site at some point this hour.
Okay.
I think Miss Robin may be with him.
All right.
I think both Jimmy and Robin are here in town. Joe Burrow Foundation is a big event going on at Topgolf tomorrow.
Okay.
Event sold out, but he's going to stop by, just tell us, update on the family, how things are going, the foundation, all the good stuff. So excited to have.
Well, is Joe here?
Joe will be at the event tomorrow, yes.
Oh.
I don't know that he's here today, but he will be at the event tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, let's knock out a quick break. We'll come back. We'll hear Ryan's letter. We'll do Kick Rocks and all that good stuff. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
The Watermark and the Renaissance. Love telling you about those two great hotel properties every day. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown. You know, if you're having an event, either is a great place to go. You know, downtown Watermark. And don't forget, like, wedding receptions at the Watermark. Oh, it's a gorgeous venue to have a wedding reception. Maybe you want private dining. Let's say you want a private dining for a dozen people.
Okay.
You go into the Watermark. Of course, they got the Gregory there in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
But you walk in, there's this marble staircase, and you go down below, right? That's where the bank, it was the old Louisiana National Bank going. That was the bank vaults. Well, they've hollowed out the bank vaults and added modern amenities.
Oh.
Tables. So you can have a board meeting in there. You can have private dining in there, whatever you need. I mean, you want a little privacy in a great, like, elegant spot.
That's it.
Watermark.
Yeah.
Get there, man. Watermark, Baton Rouge, downtown, voted by you the best hotel in the Best of 225 awards. Check them out for any event, dine at the Gregory, or for your stay. Watermark, Baton Rouge.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Regional baseball, of course, brings it's like a magnet. Regional baseball brings everybody to Baton Rouge. The Burrows are here. Jimmy Burrow, his wife Robin, hanging out with us here at Watkins. It's great to see you, Coach. How are you?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
It's my pleasure. The last time you and I, it's been a while. It was the night Jaden won the Heisman, and you were kind enough to come on our show from New York then. But whenever we get a chance to talk to you guys, it's such a pleasure. I mean, you're all like the first family of LSU now.
We love coming back, and got a lot of good things going on with Joe's Foundation, and so we're always looking for opportunities here to come back.
Does it strike you when you think about six years now, and like the warmth, the embrace is always there?
Yeah, so much happened in those 2 years Joe was here. So much has happened since that time. But when we come back, we consider this one of our homes, and to come back to a football game and still see all the Joe number 9 jerseys is it's amazing. Hopefully it'll be like that forever. But we love coming back.
Yeah, they still haven't issued 9 to anybody. I don't think they ever will again. I'm sure you know that, but it's rightfully so. But, one of the really cool things, and, Joe has done an amazing job. Your whole family has of giving back, and a lot of that was the catalyst with the Heisman speeches we remember. And the Joe Burrow Foundation has done amazing work, and that's why you all are here. There's an event tomorrow. Fill our audience in. What's going on tomorrow?
Okay, we have a Top Golf event at Top Golf here in town to raise money for the Joe Burrow Foundation. We have a board here in Baton Rouge. We have a board in Ohio, so it's 2 separate boards. So our what we try to do is provide resources and support for the underserved and the underprivileged when it comes to food insecurity and children's mental health. So we got a lot of different things going on. We do have a few bays open for tomorrow night if you want to go to joeburrow.org if you want to participate. Also, just to learn about what are the things that we are doing in this Baton Rouge area and in Cincinnati and Southeast Ohio.
joeburrow.org, joeburrow.org. Muse, if you would, grab that link and share it on our socials and in the YouTube chat as well, please, so that way the people listening right now can find it.
Appreciate it.
It's joeburrow.org, super easy to find. So walk me through what the event is. It's just a fun day at Top Golf?
Yeah, we have sponsors, obviously, some, the different levels of sponsorships. It's just going to be a fun deal.
Cool.
Try to get as many people there as we can that are participating. I mean, to be there, you certainly have to buy a bay, and there's still some left. I guess that's what they call the areas where you hit balls and everything. But it's just a fundraiser, and a lot of good people are going to be there, and we're looking forward to it.
What time tomorrow?
It starts 5:30 and goes to about 9 o'clock, and there's different things going on. But
cool.
As I said, you still are able to participate. I think there's on that particular link you can learn more about it.
Cool. JoeBurrow.org. You'll see the Joe Burrow Foundation website, JoeBurrow.org, if you want to get more information. Again, 5:30 tomorrow at Topgolf, benefiting the Joe Burrow Foundation. Very, very cool event. Very cool that you all also come back and continue to give back to the Baton Rouge and LSU communities as well.
Well, really, there'd be no Joe Burrow without LSU and Coach Ogeron, the football team, and the LSU fans. So when Joe decided to do a foundation, Rob and I kind of thought, well, it would be Cincinnati and Ohio in general, and he said, no, it's got to be Baton Rouge has got to be included. So as I said, it's two totally separate things, but we really do a lot. We got a lot of things going on here in the area about a food rescue kitchen, and Joe's given us this platform. It really started in the 31 seconds of the Heisman speech where he addressed food insecurity in Southeast Ohio, but really the platform that we have is because of Joe, because of Joe's teammates in LSU and people around this area. They love to be a part of it, and Joe said once upon a time, everybody has the responsibility to do good, and we're trying to do good, and a lot of people are willing to help.
Did you know that he was going to do that in the high school?
No.
You really didn't?
No, I went down to his room about 2 hours before the event. I said, Rob and I were just a lot of things going on, and we said, I wonder if he even has a speech or anything prepared. I went there. He had a little small index card. There was a few bullet points on it. I didn't even look. And the only reason I know that for sure is I saw it, but then about a year later I saw the index card in his suit pocket, and I just looked, and it really hardly had anything. Is that he was going to thank the people of both LSU and the fans and all that. So really, if you watch the speech, occasionally maybe he looked at a index card, but it really just came from the heart. Yeah. And the more he talked, the more he got comfortable talking about Coach O and his hometown and LSU and the fans and what it means to Joe and our family.
Very cool, very organic moment. Coach Jimmy Burrow's here with us. JoeBurrow.org, JoeBurrow.org. Again, the event at Topgolf. Tomorrow, Saturday, 5:30. They've still got some bays open if you want to participate. Go hit some golf balls and help raise money for a great organization. Are you a baseball guy?
Yeah, we love baseball, and once I was hoping that they would host, and I knew that there was a chance that we could probably get a ticket, right? So we've already been there once today, and I didn't see any rain, I didn't see any lightning, and so we just went back to where we're staying and hung out for a while, and now round two.
Yeah.
And I got my LSU baseball shirt on. We got even a more cool number 9 baseball jersey with BURREAUX, but nice. That's what they gave me when Joe and I and Robin were at the World Series in Omaha. But I didn't think about bringing it. I'll just wear it to this year's World Series in Omaha.
Man, from your lips to God's ears, I would love for you to have that opportunity. Do you get to watch the team much? The baseball team much?
Just on the SEC network when I get a chance, and I read about it, and I know they got great pitching, and they've been number 1 on and off all year, and so it's going to be fun for us. And we have Amy Floyd here, our executive director, and I said, she's thinking how I'm going to go to a college baseball game and didn't know much about it. And she walked into the stadium. Again, we've already been there. And she said, "This is not normal." And I said, "That's correct. It's
correct.
It's LSU, and that's the way they do things around here."
That's awesome. Before you go, they'll kill me if I don't ask. Give me an update. How's Joe doing?
Joe's doing good. The first off season that he's really been 100% healthy. He's had some injuries that he's bounced back from, but the training's going great. They're in OTAs. He and Jamar are hooking up as usual. One of the first days, somebody posted a one-handed catch by Jamar. Imagine that. And,
shocker, right?
And but they have great expectations. And the main thing, even last year, Joe played those first few games, but he's coming off a wrist surgery, so he would never say it. But I don't think he was really 100% on the first few games, so that hindered us. We just didn't have a great start and finished as good as anybody in the league, but too late, too little and too late.
Well, we're about 40 minutes away from first pitch. I know y'all got to get on, but it's a pleasure to see you. I know this was maybe not the most convenient thing to pop in here, but I'm glad you did. It's always nice to see you.
As we just talked about out there, your rant, or I guess what it's called, about the 2019, the Get the Gat and stuff.
Yeah.
I still play that for my friends to give them. They say, "Well, what about that team?" And I say, "Well, here it is. This is what it's all about here." And, but that was fun. I still save it on my phone, and so many great things happened in 2019. It'll always be there.
Everyone has their own stories, their own memories, and you and your family obviously were a key part of it. It's a pleasure. Thank you for the time,
thanks
sir.
for having me.
It's our pleasure.
All right.
JoeBurrow.org. JoeBurrow.org. They still have bays available for the event at Topgolf tomorrow at 5:30. If you want to be there, to go register, JoeBurrow.org for the Joe Burrow Foundation. Jimmy Burrow, Robin Burrow, great people, great ambassadors for. Thanks, Jimmy. Great ambassadors for LSU, for their sons, for their family. Just awesome people. Every time, just so courteous to take 10 minutes and deviate their plans to come here and do that. So we appreciate it. All right, it's after further review. A quick break. We'll come back. Theriot will jump back aboard, and we'll count you down. We're about 40 minutes away from first pitch with LSU and Little Rock from the Baton Rouge Regional. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Goodwood, men's sexual wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. What if I told you that there was a way that you could regain your youthful feeling? What if I told you there was a way you could safely, affordably feel like you did when you were 20? I'm talking about energy when you wake up in the morning. I mean vitality throughout the day. I mean the ability to burn fat and build muscle, mental clarity, get rid of the brain fog. What if you could have the libido you did at 20? What if you could feel like you did when you were younger? Like the old drink from the fountain of youth. Who wouldn't do that? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness can help. A simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate for hormone replacement therapy. They've got NAD therapy for cellular optimization. BPC 157, amazing, a body protection compound that helps with recovery if you're dealing with certain injuries. Learn more, yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank & Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Tell you what.
Tell me what.
It's looking a little ominous around here. I mean, there is a giant dark cloud. I don't want to jinx anything. There is a giant dark cloud right there. Anyway, I think, hang on. Would you mind, this is actually a really good opportunity because my phone is pinging off the hook, and this is live radio and how this happens sometimes.
Okay.
This is a great opportunity to hear your letter.
Yeah, let's do it.
I would love to hear
I'm ready.
it. So let's do that. Hey, how are you this week?
Okay, so it's been a great week. As you know, I went to, I had a vacation.
Yes.
And it was wonderful. Relaxing. I learned how to vacation a little bit. I'm not good at vacationing. I learned how to do that. So that was good. And I realized vacationing has a lot to do with food and just kind of hanging out and relaxing. So that's what I did. But the letter's not about vacation. Because I kept getting notifications on my phone and social media and blah, blah, blah about a former LSU athlete. And this athlete has been kind of pissing me off a little bit, so I wrote a letter to this athlete.
Okay.
And her name's Angel Reese.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Dear Angel Reese, you didn't miss the free throw because someone in the stands yelled a racial slur at you. You missed the free throw because you can't shoot very well.
I don't even know the story. She missed a free throw?
In fact, Angel, you missed the majority of the layups you attempt, so what makes you think that a free throw would be any different? The constant look-at-me attitude and flamboyant outfits is a thing if you're actually good. But you're not. And if you're not that good, then you're just a player trying to justify yourself being in a league. And before y'all scream about the stats and the double-doubles and oh, this and that, have you watched a WNBA game recently? And if you have not watched a WNBA game, let me tell you what it is.
I mean, honestly, no, I haven't.
It's like a bunch of 3-year-olds playing t-ball where a kid hits the ball and the whole team, I mean the entire team, runs and jumps on the ball and makes a big pile. That's the WNBA game right now. It's a brutal product altogether. And the veterans that are leading the way and should be the face of the league are brutal as well. You no longer have wonderful players like Candace Parker and Marie Ferdinand leading the charge. Now you got a bunch of people that talk trash the whole time. And to complain about how much money you make when you have to be subsidized by the NBA is an absolute joke as well. Whoever's calling the shots in the WNBA needs to be fired. The product stinks. Sincerely, Ryan.
Okay, this is official now. We are in another weather delay at Alec Box Stadium. That is official now. This is going to be a late night. So go to 929misfits.com, get your 1:17 a.m. shirts or your brand new Cade shirts as well. What's the code? We're passing around a code. I think it's GEAUX15 for 15% off. Go15 for 15% off.
I went to the website and they have a lot of cool stuff.
Do you like the? Go get that Cade shirt, please, would you? Maybe Alondra can pass it over here. That's the newest one that I really love. This is my shirt, by the way, and per the request of many people. So it's a purple shirt. There's gold as well, and it says Cade, and the K has a box around it, and there's a backwards.
Oh, like a strikeout.
Yeah. And so there was a request. You like the shirt? Tell them to get a card. Anyway,
just had a great idea first.
Anyway, so people saw this and were like, you should make a backwards K. So there's a backwards K as well. There's purple shirts, gold shirts, Cade, and then there's the 1:17 a.m. shirts as well. What? What's your idea?
Let's do one with a K, a backwards K.
Yeah.
Lady.
No.
Or just a picture of a lady. K, and then a picture of a lady.
Absolutely.
No?
Absolutely.
Oh, I think that'd be great. I would wear that.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You would wear it as a joke.
I would wear a K-Lady shirt.
You would wear a K-Lady shirt as a joke.
The K-Lady should have an NIL deal.
Give me a thought. Give me a thought now on the.
Now it sucks. Now it sucks. Now the guys are like, okay, can we go to the casino for a little while, like kill some time, or like what? Can we go back home?
I mean, the game with the 2 o'clock start time at 4:30, we would be somewhere,
They were probably
the 6th inning right now, 7th inning.
They were probably prepared for this. What time did they push it back to?
I don't. Let me be clear about that then. So if you're just joining us again, original start time was set for 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Weather was impending, and so they didn't want to start the game and then have to stop the game.
Makes sense.
Because as we had explained earlier to us, they have to have 45 minutes of clearance on the front end so they can warm up, and they have to have an hour and a half after start time of clearance so they can start the game. What they don't want to do is start the game, play 20 minutes, here comes the weather, and then they don't want to go through a full warm-up and then clear the field, right? So that's the period of time they need. So I understand the frustration, and because I'm seeing a lot on the text line, I'm looking at the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, and I have seen a lot of why it hasn't rained at all, why haven't they started the game? And I understand that. But literally the worst thing that can happen is you start the game, Anthony Einstein throws an inning, lightning, and then he's done for the week.
Yeah, you can't get the pitcher hot and get him ready to go and then not throw him.
Yes.
I mean, that's starting pitchers, you can't do that with. Bullpen guys, you can.
So you're just projecting, and they're projecting weather, right? I mean, it's a hard thing to do. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to say, all right, is there a possibility this storm cell could come, and if there's a lightning strike within 8 miles of Alec Box Stadium, they're shutting it down. It's a delay. It's an automatic half-an-hour delay. So that's the challenge with this. That's why they haven't started despite there not being rain. As I understand it, the cell that's here right now, I know you're looking at a radar right now, that cell that's moving toward Baton Rouge, what time is that showing on the time lapse?
So this is 4:35.
Yeah, so that's now.
So that's that one.
But you can see west of here, there's a giant cell west of here, the rain that we were talking about earlier.
And that's at 6, should be here about 6:30. Looks like it's done.
So by about 7.
By 7.
Okay, to be very clear, this is speculative. We're looking at a radar on the weather app right now. So I don't know what but let's assume if the rain comes, by the time it clears, you need 45 minutes to warm up, and then they can start the game, right? So whenever the weather clears is when you're looking at a 45-minute start time with the warm-ups.
Yeah.
So
very frustrating from the player standpoint. I get it from the fan standpoint, but it sucks for the players too.
Yeah. Is there Do you think the fact that they've been through this before this season with all of the delays, like, does that help, or is that just a narrative that we'd like to talk about that makes us feel better?
I mean, these guys have been playing baseball their whole lives. They've dealt with this exact situation their entire lives. If you go to Traction and play a tournament and, you know, everybody's got the lightning detectors and lightning goes off 10 miles away, Brad Cressy rides around on his golf cart and gets everybody off the field, and everybody gets pissed at Brad. But you know what sucks? Getting struck by lightning sucks. Right? That's not a good thing. Nobody really wants that, to get struck by lightning. It probably doesn't feel great. I've never been struck by lightning. I don't want to be. So if you pull me off the field, I'm good. Like, yeah, let's make sure that's out of here, you know, before we go out there and run around with metal bats in our hands.
All right. It is after further review. Thanks to everyone who's listening and watching. We're here at Walk-Ons Burbank, the OG Walk-Ons. I mean, this has been such a great day. You know, it's been there's just so much energy around campus today, which is awesome, right? I mean, the tailgating started early. When I rolled up in here about 1:30, I mean, this place was jam-packed. I mean, the delay had already been announced, so people were like, all right, no biggie, we'll just extend the party a little bit before we go over to the box. And I think people had started to make their way there for the projected 5:06 first pitch. And now it's going to be delayed even further. So, again, we've got another delay. No announced start time for LSU and Little Rock. When we learn more, we'll certainly pass it along to you. Let's do this. We'll knock out our final break here of hour number 2. When we come back, we will do Ask Ryan. So you want to get a question in for Theriot, you can do it. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways that you can get involved in the show. All right, let me knock out a quick break. When we come back, we'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up hour number 2. It is AFR.
After further review.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 30 years. Get Gordon and get it done. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. You know, one of the cool things that you'll notice when you go to the website, you know, I say things like, you know, you go to getgordon.com and you can read testimonials of past client results. But when you actually see it, it's pretty impactful. So you go to getgordon.com. There's a results tab at the top of the page. And over the years, Gordon and his team have recovered $3 billion in damages. Like the first one that pops up, there's a $575 million shared tobacco settlement. And there's an $85 million class action settlement for chemical exposure. You can go down the list and see some of the amazing work that Gordon and his team has done recovering damages for people who are injured, who deserve what they are getting for these complications. So get Gordon and get it done.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Real slow, what the fellas be yelling? Morale. Talk to me now. Cruising down the street.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Friday shows presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We're here at Walk-Ons Burbank. Again, if you're just knocking off work, jumping in the car, haven't heard yet, we are in another weather delay. And I can tell you, the weather is looming here around campus. And as we look at the radar, there is a cell coming in from the west. And this delay is the thing that cell is what's causing this current delay. But once that's gone, it looks good for the rest of the day today and the rest of the weekend. And I mentioned this, before you were here, just at the start of the show in hour number 1. But as much as it stinks that LSU chooses to play the first game, because we all want a night game, right? Like everybody want when you're off work, night game at the box. We all want that. And I'm sure Jay does as well. But this is why you play the first game. Because as frustrating as this is, let's put ourselves in the shoes of Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island right now. So LSU and Little Rock are going to start after 6 p.m. Yeah. I mean, the 5:06 was the start time. We're in a delay. You need at least 45 minutes once you clear. So they're going to start after 6. So conservatively, we can say 10-ish is when LSU, you're going to get your night game. We'll finish this game. After which is when Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island would start. Or, and I don't know, I'll need to check. I'll see if I can get this information here in a moment. As a matter of fact, I'll see if I can find out right now if there is a what I want to find out is there a latest start time, right?
Yeah.
So either Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island play into the wee hours this morning. Or they come back, play early tomorrow, and then whoever loses has to turn around 45 minutes later and play an elimination game. And whoever wins has to come back against LSU that night in a marble game.
That puts you in a bad spot.
Terrible. It's why mostly it kills your bullpen. Because if you wanted to bring somebody back, you're probably not bringing them back on the same day.
No.
If you'd played a game on Friday and then on Saturday night, conceivably you could have done it. But in that close proximity, it's almost impossible to do. So as much as I hate it too. Look, for me, I mean, I was supposed to be going live up against the baseball game, which sucks for me. I've done it plenty. But it's Jay made the right decision. It's why you make the decision competitively play the first game.
They're going to do everything they can to try to get this second game in tonight. But man, starting a game at what did you say? 45 minutes in between games, get everything ready, and I mean, 11:30 game time wraps up at 2. Get back to the hotel at 3:15, fall asleep at 4, turn around and
And you're playing the first game tomorrow. Like, that's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's brutal. Okay, I just fired off the text. I'm trying to figure out what the deadline start time is tonight. What's the latest a game could start tonight? When I get that answer, I'll pass it along to you. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Hey, look, if you're going to be spending the day tomorrow at the box or at home watching LSU Baseball, regional ball, make sure you stock up at Rouse's. Going to be throwing something on the grill. They got all your meat, your fish, whatever it may be. You want your tailgate or party trays? Let Rouse's take care of it. The mini muffalettas. Love the mini muffaletta. Crawfish meat pies, they got you covered over at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. All the drinks for the kids, all the drinks for the adults as well. Told me you made an old-fashioned.
I did.
Old-fashioned.
Yeah, big old-fashioned guy. Okay. Big old-fashioned guy.
Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home. All right, let's get to Ask Ryan. You know the drill. Fire away. You can ask Mr. The Right anything about anything. You can email us, matt@1045ESPN.com. You can tweet us, @MattMoscona. Or you can text in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. What was that number?
396-4400.
Nailed it. Chris asked Ryan, can you still not hit KP's wiffle ball curve? KP, is that Kyle Peterson? You didn't play against Kyle Peterson.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you didn't play against Kyle Peterson.
No, I didn't.
Kyle Peterson got shelled by LSU in that 97 College World Series twice, by the way. You weren't a freshman until 99.
That's right. Yeah. Is Kyle Peterson the guy that's on the call that does the games?
I don't think Kyle is. Yes, but I don't think he's doing this regional. I actually don't know who's
yeah, no, I don't know.
But Ben McDonald is.
Yeah, I never played that guy.
Chandler said this feels like the infamous sunshine delay for Oregon State in 2023.
Not really.
It wasn't Oregon State. It was the Super Regional against Kentucky when that happened. And it was sunny and beautiful all day, but they didn't want to start Paul Skeens and then have weather come, and there was the threat of weather around. I mean, yes, I laughed at it. We all laughed at it, made fun of it and everything, but you can't start the game and risk burning your starting pitcher.
It's the stupidest thing in the world to get pissed off about. It's the smart thing to do, and, you know.
Derek asked Ryan, favorite pregame snack and midgame snack?
I didn't eat during the game. Maybe, no, I never ate during the game. Pre-game, grilled cheese, and I'd put syrup all over it. That's what I would eat before games.
So you went the health route?
Yeah, just try to eat something light, just to get something in your stomach.
Ask Ryan, please tell the audience, what was more impressive about Cliff Floyd? His batting practice or him in the locker room after a game?
I love Cliff Floyd. He's great. Cliff hit the ball really, really hard, and the most impressive thing about Cliff was his jewelry collection.
I don't think that's what he was talking about.
I know it wasn't what he was talking about, but I'm saying his jewelry collection was more impressive than him in the locker room.
Got it.
Yeah. And trust me, I would know.
What do you mean?
I would know.
The jewelry collection?
Yeah.
Okay, so 11 p.m. is the deadline start time tonight.
I don't think they'll get it in. I mean, actually,
it depends what time the LSU starts.
Yeah.
If LSU starts at 7 and they play a 3.5-hour game, you're not starting a game at 11.
I mean,
not if you have 45 minutes. So,
is it 45 minutes in between games, or is it 45 minutes? Well, yeah, to give them a chance to. It is 45 minutes.
It might even be more than 45 minutes. Like, let me find out. Let me not guess.
Yeah, that stinks. You would have to go like you. Look at Darius guys over here. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, you'd have to have a 6:30 start, I think. 7 o'clock start.
Okay, so it's 55 minutes. Oh. So it's 55, and this is official. I mean, this is official. So. Oh yeah. So.
Look at him over here.
So 55 minutes between. So 55 minutes between games is what it'll take. So. My guy. Yeah, we're live. Yeah.
He's in. He's in.
So it's just, so 55 minutes between games, and the deadline to start is 11.
Okay.
So LSU has got to finish. LSU and Little Rock got to finish at 10:05.
10:05 game.
So 10:05 has to be the deadline to finish. So write that one down. All right. It's after further review. Get your emails, tweets, texts in. Ask Ryan. Wayne, ask Ryan. You got it. He's got it. He's got it. 4,400.
4,400.
You got it. Ask Ryan.
You good?
Do you believe in participation trophies?
Absolutely not. No way. You got to win. You got to win to get the trophy.
I need to check Twitter. Sorry, you could tell this is just a bit scattered. Like,
no, you got it, bro.
No. I mean, I'm trying to figure out all the info about the start time, and I'm trying to do math, and I'm not good at math.
Yeah, the 55-minute thing is going to be, that's going to be a thing. That's going to be tough.
All right. So 10:05 is the deadline, is the drop dead. LSU and Little Rock got to be finished by 10:05, or they can't start Dallas Baptist, Rhode Island tonight. It'll have to go tomorrow. So they may have to hoof it with LSU and Little Rock to get that game in. Yep. I don't know that I see that second game start, but we'll see how it all plays out. Depends on what happens with this weather system as it moves through. All right, it's after further review. Hour number 3 is coming up next.
After further review.
Brought about Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Tell you every day, do business with someone you know. That's me. That's the guy to my right, Mr. The Riot. Got a text yesterday. I got a DM yesterday from a listener. Said, hey, our office building, 8-story office building, need to replace the roof. Would love it if you all would come out and take a look. So, sent Matt Pearson.
Absolutely, yeah.
This morning.
The commercial side of Paris is something that we're just so proud of right now. It's been growing super fast and got about a year under our belt, really doing some cool projects and big jobs. And Matt Pearson's done a heck of a job on the commercial side, and we're supporting him every way we can.
With this weather coming through, if you got leaky roof at your home, at your office building, maybe you just need a small repair, we're happy to help. parishbuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing. Go to parishbuilt.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The Knicks and Pacers go back to Indiana for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow night. 7:30 Eastern for the coverage on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Knicks center Karl Anthony Towns says they'll need to play the same way they did in Game 5.
We have to. It's we have no more room for error. It's our backs against the wall, and it's every game is do or die. So we don't bring that energy, we don't bring that execution, our season will be over.
Karl Anthony Towns. A woman is accusing Pelicans forward Zion Williamson of sexual, physical, emotional, and financial abuse during their 5-year relationship. Williamson started dating the woman during his freshman year at Duke in 2018. Baseball today, the Reds beat the first-place Cubs at Wrigley 6-2. 2-run homers for Tyler Stevenson and Jake Fraley. The Angels activate outfielder Mike Trout for tonight's game against the Guardians in Cleveland. He'll bat 5th. Trout has been out for a month with a bruised left knee.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back again.
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out you ain't spanked the hide your gut. Let me find out.
Hour 3 up we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Here at the OG Walk-Ons on Burbank. It is Regional Friday, and kind of feels like it. All the rain delays. This has been par for the course this year. Terrio's here with us. Alondra's on site as well. Muse and Paulie back in studio doing an awesome job. We appreciate it. Doug Thompson is over at Alec Box Stadium, and got to give us some perspective not only on what's happening right now actually in the box, but also what it's like to be a pitcher and a player going through this. Hey, Duggar, thanks, man. How are you?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing on this balmy Friday afternoon?
Yeah, man. I think like everybody, a little antsy at this point. Can you kind of just paint the picture at the inside the box for us right now?
Yeah, man. Look, the first couple hours, it was about lightning in the area, and then, of course, there's a delay because of some rain. Now it looks like there's some more showers heading this way, so it's just a bunch of hurry up and wait. That's what we call it in the baseball world. Guys are probably in the middle of some great card games right now. And the box has been popping. I mean, there's people here. They've been here all afternoon, but of course, everybody very anxious to get this one going.
But it's not raining, Doug. How come they're not playing? What's going on? What's the deal?
Well, it's about lightning and pending rain. So the weather keeps kind of changing. And like I said, the first couple hours, it would have been laden with lightning delays. And then they're expecting some pretty intense weather to come in. And I can actually see some rain on the tree lines, looking back at the old LSU back nine, the golf course.
Oh, okay.
I can actually see some rain coming in. But the interesting thing about that is, not that it's a huge deal, they actually have the tarp off right now, which tells me that they're hoping to get this thing started soon with no rain. But if this really is rain that I'm seeing on the top of the trees out there, of course, they'll have that tarp on the field within about 3 minutes. But right now, actually, there is no tarp on the field.
Okay. Duggar, you were talking about what the guys are probably doing in the clubhouse. And, Ryan was giving us a perspective a little bit from a position player standpoint. But, I mean, you were a starting pitcher. Anthony Einson's been announced the starter. What does a delay like this mean for him?
Oh, man, it's tough, dude, because when you're a starting pitcher, that's like the only day you get to play baseball. By the way, the raindrops have literally started as we're in the middle of this conversation. Like, literally, people are kind of heading for cover right now. But as a starting pitcher,
are they putting the tarp on, Doug? Sorry, are they putting the tarp on?
I'm looking at the back part of the field, but I would bet that, yes, they are. I'll go check while I'm talking to y'all real quick.
Okay.
But as a starting pitcher, man, you're trying to sleep till 10 a.m., but you can't help it. You're waking up at 8 a.m. The seconds seem like minutes. No, they're not pulling the tarp. Yep, they are heading down there to pull the tarp. The tarp crew's going to get it right now.
Okay.
But the seconds seem like minutes seems like hours. Just on a normal start day. I mean, you're pitching every 5 days, so this is the big day for you. So delays suck. I mean, just to put it simply, it really does suck to stay focused and locked in, to keep that kind of energy that you've had all day going, because at some point, right, it's going to burn out at some point. So staying locked in as a starting pitcher is kind of it's a huge deal. So hopefully Einson's doing a good job. Now, as the other guys who are pitchers, this is a great day because they're probably knee-deep in a poker game or spades tournament or something like that. Usually the MO in the locker room is to keep it pretty loose. Guys generally tend to play some cards, watch TV. Everybody does their own thing. But generally speaking, the team that deals with this pretty good. In this case, it's the head coach and the starting pitcher that suffer most of the anguish.
Yeah. Doug, as we're talking, the rain has started to fall over. And all the crowd that was out in the parking lot, they're starting to sort of pour inside now as for the first time the rain has started to come down. On the flip side, Doug, I don't know, do you have any perspective from Little Rock, from either their radio crew, coaches, anything about how they're dealing with this right now?
I mean, I'm sure it's very similar. Everyone here, in the media for their team is anxious. Of course, no one took BP on the field, which I found interesting earlier today. But players, they got ready hours ago, so everybody will have another hour and a half. So when they pull the tarp, you can add at least 60 minutes after the tarp is pulled for both teams to be able to go out there and appropriately warm up. That means infield, outfield, and of course being able to throw and stretch. So we're still a long way away here from being able to get this one started.
Yeah, it'll be a late night, Doug, and we did the math. It's 55 minutes between games, and the latest they can start is at 11. The game 2 would be at 11 p.m. So it's likely Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island don't play tonight.
Look, and if they do, then whoever wins this game is really at the advantage, right? Those guys won't wrap up until 1:30 tonight, 2 a.m. So
right.
If they do start that game 2 before 11 p.m., whoever's in the driver's seat is really going to be sitting comfortable in that driver's seat.
Okay. Well, it looks like just based on, Doug, some of the convos I'm having right now, and there's a lot of information flying, it looks like we're probably a couple of hours away, probably sometime around 7 or a little after is what we're looking at with the way the weather is right now and everything you just described about letting this pass and then being able to get the field ready and everything. So
I think the card games that he mentioned.
Best case 6:30, 7 o'clock is what I'm guessing. Just a total guess.
Okay. I'm seeing looks like about 7-ish is what we're probably looking at. So, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, I was going to say the card games and all that you mentioned. I bet you it's probably pretty good though, Doug, with all the NIL money floating around. So it actually could be the poker game.
Really competitive games.
It could be some competitive games in there. We might want to go check that locker room out.
I've been thinking about that. There's a lot of new, naive money down there,
That's
Ryan.
right. That's
and
right.
If anything, I've got the refs around the poker table more so than them. So if this lightning keeps cracking, that's where I'll be for the next couple hours.
Yeah.
All right, Doug Thompson, former Tiger pitcher, of course, LSU Sports Radio Network. Three-man booth, I heard you say, Duggar, with Chris, Buzz, and Doug tonight.
Yes,
all
sir.
weekend?
Yes.
Awesome.
Three-man booth, hopefully for the next 2 weekends, me, Chris, and the Buzz Show.
Look forward to it, man. When they do start playing ball, have a great call, man. Thank you.
Thank y'all, man. Good to talk.
Doug. That's Doug Thompson. It's after further review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020. If you want to see 2020, call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. Change your life. It's not every day that you can make a decision that literally changes your life. But giving yourself the gift of sight does that, and Dr. Blake Williamson does that every single day. I am in that number. Had LASIK, I think 7 years. September will be 7 years that I had LASIK, and it's life-changing to be able to wake up in the morning and just see. Make it see the crawl on the TVs across the screen. Don't have to worry about contacts or glasses. Make that decision. 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or log on to williamsoneye.com, williamsoneye.com for the Williamson Eye Center. We've also been kind of keeping an eye on baseball around the country today and what's been taking place. When we come back, let Muse give us an update on the finals and what's been going on around. For what it's worth, the rain is, it looks like the hard rain has stopped. I don't know if this was just a passing cell. I don't know. I'm not looking at a radar, but you had a quick cell that came through here, dumped kind of hard for a little bit, but it looks like that has eased up here at walk-ons as I look out on the patio. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep you up to date. We'll keep rolling along here, so stay with us. It is AFR on this Regional Friday.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Sigourney Airline, LA16 in Denham, Mid-City on Don Moore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs.
The Garden Center.
How much do you love that Garden Center?
It's unbelievable. It really is a plant and flower and tree wonderland.
Yeah. Really is.
Just be prepared when you go. Bring a trailer when you go.
Yeah. You texted me just in awe.
Scott knew everything about every plant that was there, and it just kept going, Matt. It kept going. I started off right there on Greenwell Springs. I feel like I ended up in, like, Pride. Like, I didn't know where I was when I got to the back of the place. It was awesome.
It's Clegg's Nursery. Weekend's upon us. You want to go beautify your outdoor spaces, patio pots, your flower beds, flowers, plants, trees, shrubs. They got it all. They got a better selection than anyone else. The most helpful people. It's Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local at Clegg's Nursery.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Pearl Jam, and the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Until it downtown, pass it till it downtown, pass it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag. Until it east shoot, pass it till it east shoot, pass it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag. Until it west bank, pass it till it west bank, pass it, shake that thing, girl, shake.
And we're back. All right, welcome back. It is After Further Review, Friday edition, waiting out this rain delay, counting down to LSU and Arkansas Little Rock whenever they do, in fact, get it in. Jared Jones has obviously been a big topic of conversation. Someone who you discussed earlier in the show, someone who had to get going for LSU. When he met with reporters on Thursday, he kind of went through a little bit of what has gotten this LSU offense out of character when it has gone wrong. Give a listen.
Could be many things that get us out of character, whether that's failure, or just you're not feeling your best that day. There's everything that goes into a swing, and if one little thing might feel off that day, and then obviously, you're facing a pitcher, and so that's different every day too. And so you're going out there, and it's just a lot of variables going into trying to hit a baseball. And if one little thing's off mentally, physically, you might catch yourself and fall into a hole. And then just getting yourself back out of it is just going back to your fundamentals of hitting off a tee, getting back to having a clear mind, balanced feet, and basically just taking it one pitch at a time. It could be many things that get us out of character.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's exactly right. There is a ton of variables that go into it, but that's why I always say, and the hitters that I work with, this is from high school all the way up to the high level major league hitters. I mean, it is so important to have an A swing. Like when you're feeling really, really good at the plate, that's the approach and the swing you're taking into the game, and then to have a B swing, one of those where you don't feel perfect. And what it does, Matt, is it eliminates that searching piece. You can tell when a hitter is looking for something. He's searching. He's indecisive the way he's attacking the ball. He's flinching on pitches right down the middle, or he's fouling a lot of pitches off. And so to have that confidence to go, okay, you know what? I feel like crap today. This is my swing for today. And that was something I always focused on. I think great hitters do that. Whether it's you spread out a little bit more, or maybe you move your hands in a different position, and it takes all the guesswork and thinking out of it.
Who do you think does that well on this team?
I mean, we talked about him a little bit earlier, but notice what Curiel does when he gets two strikes. The swing itself doesn't change, but the entire field opens up for him. he's done this all year where he'll shoot balls down that left field line with 2 strikes, fouling balls off or just inside the line. And what that tells me is he's now letting that ball travel and get deeper and deeper and deeper. Not trying to hit it over the fence necessarily, but he's not striking out. And he's still doing damage and hitting doubles that way. He does a hell of a job with that. Last year, Milam did a great job with it, kind of shortening up a little bit or maybe making a few little changes when he didn't feel great. The key is not giving in, not giving the at-bat away. The goal for every hitter should be, I'm going to limit the amount of at-bats that I give away this year. And giving away an at-bat could be a lot of different things, first pitch, foul ball, out to the catcher, or swinging a pitch out of the zone. But whatever you can do as a hitter to eliminate giving away those at-bats, and if you lock in on that, I used to track it. I would write down how many at-bats I gave away that day, and just figure it out. I'm not giving in to this guy.
Do you think that's something this team struggled with this year?
Yes, 100%. And I think a lot of college teams and young hitters struggle with that. It's human nature when you're not feeling your best to start searching and try to figure out what it is that you're doing wrong, and you go in that spiral and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Rather than looking at video and trying to figure it out when you're going bad, what you should do is when you feel great, that's when you write down or take the video and go, okay, now I know where to go back to when I don't feel good. So everything that Jared said was right, but how do you get out of that and make sure that it's not that roller coaster ride of, you mentioned it, 330 non-conference, 200 conference.
Yeah.
We don't want that. I want that consistent, and that goes, it starts in the fall, and it's an approach thing, and it's a preparation thing. But also, one at bat doesn't even have to be a hit, can change everything for you. And it's a mental challenge for sure.
We're here at Walk-Ons Burbank as they're waiting out the rain delay, and did it start raining again? It looks like it's raining again. It's light right now. Just a little, just a little drizzle, just a little trinkle, little tinkle. USC and TCU have just gone final. Southern Cal out in the Corvallis Regional beats TCU 13-1.
That's a beatdown, dude.
It is a beatdown.
That's a run rule.
There's no run rule in the NCAA.
Oh.
For the rest of the scores, by the way, LSU and Little Rock are the only game from the first window that is yet to start. So that's a West Coast game that's already finished.
Got it.
Now, I know. Here we are waiting out rain in Baton Rouge. But, all right, Muse, get us with the scoreboard. Get us caught up.
All right, we'll start games in progress. They're back underway in Tallahassee. Florida State and Bethune-Cookman. The Noles, after the rain delay, promptly hit a 2-run homer. No doubter to right center over everything to make it 4-2. Over in Hattiesburg, Miami leads Alabama 5-3. It's in the bottom of the 8th. The Tide have runners at first and second, 2 out. There's a pitching change in that game. Over in Athens, no problem for Georgia, 17-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Over Binghamton, UCLA over Fresno State, top 7-6-2 in that one. Georgia Tech handling Western Kentucky and Oxford 5-1. That one's in the bottom 7 as well. Arizona over in Eugene clinging to a 3-2 lead. They just gave up a solo homer to Cal Poly. That game is in the top of the 8th. Stetson dominated NC State and Auburn 8-0. How about Vanderbilt? After one inning, Vanderbilt trails Wright State. J.D. Thompson, Vandy Ace, walked the leadoff batter of the game, then surrendered a double. Got out of it without any other pressure. So that's how you end up with the 1-0 score there. Earlier finals, you mentioned 13-1 USC over TCU. It was Texas over Houston Christian, 7-1. Arkansas over North Dakota State, 6-2. 8 innings of shutout ball for North Carolina ace Jake Knapp. They take care of Holy Cross 4-0. Florida gets shellacked by East Carolina 11-6. Wake Forest falls to Cincinnati 11-6. They're also in a rain delay in Knoxville now as well for the Tennessee game, just as an update. Louisville over East Tennessee State 8-3, and West Virginia walks off Kentucky 4-3 in the bottom of the 9th. on a sac fly to center field. Miami did get out of the 8th inning, so they take a 5-3 lead to the 9th in Hattiesburg. That's your regional update.
Not great for the SEC. Kentucky losing to West Virginia on a walk-off 4-3. Florida, as Muse mentioned, we learned earlier, got shellacked by East Carolina 11-6. You just heard Muse mention it there. Bama falls. If you're wondering about the night games, Auburn will take on Central Connecticut. Coastal against Fairfield. Muse mentioned the delay for Tennessee and Miami of Ohio. Columbia will take on Southern Miss in Hattiesburg. UTSA and K-State, that's in the Austin Regional. Clemson, of course, Clemson Regional paired with Baton Rouge, Clemson, South Carolina State. We'll get started here at 6:30. Oklahoma and Nebraska, that in Chapel Hill. Also in Tallahassee, the Mississippi State against Northeastern. That's the other game, SEC game we're waiting on, along with Ole Miss, Murray State. Oregon State takes on St. Mary's in Corvallis. Duke and Oklahoma State are in Athens. Over in Eugene, the host Oregon will take on Utah Valley. In Fayetteville, Kansas will take on Creighton. Out in L.A., UC Irvine against Arizona State. And then, of course, in Baton Rouge, whenever LSU and Little Rock finish, presumably we'll see Dallas Baptist, Rhode Island. Right now, it's interesting. I'm looking at ESPN. They got the projected start time for Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island at 9 o'clock. And the LSU Little Rock projected start time at 5:30. I can confidently say LSU and Little Rock are not starting in 6 minutes.
No, they're not.
I can confidently say that that's not a thing that's going to happen IRL.
No,
so, again, if you're just joining us, the second weather delay for LSU and Little Rock. The game was supposed to start at 2. It was delayed prior to that with the threat of impending weather. They had set a 5:06 start time with the threat of rain, which is now here, coming through. It got delayed again. The best information I have is that looks like a 7. It looks like they're targeting, but right around 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So is when we're looking at. So
7 o'clock would work. I think it'd be a close window to get that second game in, but 7 o'clock will work. Let me check the radar. I hadn't looked in a second.
All right. So, and again, Anthony Ianson will get the ball for LSU when they do, in fact, start this game. Okay, let's knock out a quick break. If you want to, of course, we'll get to Ask Ryan to wrap up the show. You can get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can always get involved. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. There's Ben and Tim and all the gang that we tell you about all the time over at First South Farm Credit. Since 1916, more than 100 years doing one thing. You spend more than 100 years.
You should be good at it.
Doing one thing.
You're good at it.
And you know how you know they're good at it? Because they've stayed in business.
They've been doing it for 100 years.
For 100 years, yeah. More than 100 years, you know.
Yeah. How much land do you think they've sold? All of it? Like all multiple times?
Like they just keep reselling the land, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah, all the land.
Yeah.
And as you are very fond of saying, land is a great investment because you can't make more of it.
You're not making more of it.
It's a finite resource. Maybe a great investment. Ask your CPA if owning your recreational timber property could be a tax benefit to you. Have that conversation. Whether it's the 20 acres, the 50 acres to build your family's dream home, the 200 acres for your hunting property, 1,000 acres for agriculture. First South Farm Credit can help. FirstSouthland.com. It's FirstSouthland.com. All right, we're here at Walk-On's Burbank. Been a good day, man. Slinging shirts, Bud Lights, cigars, having a good day.
There's a lot of beer getting drank over here. It's purple and gold everywhere. Yeah, it's a good vibe. It's a vibe right now for sure, no doubt. When are they going to crank up this band out here?
I think they might be starting again. No, they're. Oh yeah, I hear the drummer. I see him on his drum kit.
Yeah.
Come with the kick drum, Gary. Come.
Alondra loves it. Look at that. Alondra loves it.
Yeah.
That's from a movie called The Breakup. Nothing like dated pop culture references to define me. How about that? That's a good movie, though. Vince Vaughn is a good one. All right, it is after further review, y'all. We're hanging out at Walk-On's Burbank. Look, if you were kind of bummed that LSU was playing at 2 o'clock, thinking, man, I got to work, I'm going to miss the game, I got a great idea. You didn't miss nothing.
You didn't miss anything.
I mean, go home, put on a clean shirt, knock off of work, get the kiddos, bring your behind out here to the box, see if you can scoop up a couple of tickets from somebody. If not, just come hang out at Walk-Ons. Drink some beers. We got ice cold Bud Light for just $3. 16-ounce Bud Light bottles for $3.
Oh my gosh, they got hoopties too. I don't know what that is, but they have hoopties.
They got hoopties and neutrals.
They're
$3.
$3.
Let's go. $5 for the neutral, $3 for the hoopty.
Neutrals
Great
are
deals.
$5. That's
Let's
cheap.
go. Someone needs to get us a beer, dude. Just sitting here getting thirsty. Keep talking about
Got
beer.
a lot of beers around here.
Might like to drink a beer.
Yep.
I think that'd be a good thing to do. All right. Let's knock out a quick break. It's AFR.
AFR.
GLO, glowresources.com. At Glow Resources, they're complete employer solutions. Tell you about Glow Resources every single day, and I love to have the honor to do that because they're a great local business. When I talk about Glow, sometimes I tell you about offices in Miami and Orlando and Houston and all over the place, right? And they serve an international business community. I mean, if you're a Houston-based firm that has work in Africa, which they do, they can help you find the right people. Glow Resources can. But home base is still Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Their corporate headquarters is on Perkins Road, Perkins and Quail Oak, like right next to Pennington. It's gorgeous, gorgeous facility that they have there. And they serve businesses right here at home in Louisiana. So if you want to maximize productivity, you're having hard time finding reliable people, finding the right people for your job, let Glow Resources can help. Check them out. Start online at glowresources.com. GLO, glowresources.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
She got her hands all on her knees and then her bows on her thigh. She like to twerk and that's for certain cause I can see how she fly. She got me hyper, wanna bite it right now, yeah. Say, yeah. Look at all the shell, make it say shell, make it say shell.
When they do play baseball over at the box, it will be Anthony Ianson with the ball for LSU. Something we kind of heard leaking out, and that is ultimately the decision they went with to hold Cade Anderson for what we presume will be the marble game on Saturday. Right decision to throw Ianson, or what do you think?
I mean, look, I don't know if it's a matchup thing or whatever they decided to do, but pick your poison. Both of these guys are throwing the ball extremely well. I thought Ianson looked great last week. Obviously, Anderson looked great last week. I mean, hell, what was it? The first he struck out 12 guys in the first
8 of the first 9.
8 of the first 9, something crazy like that. So yeah, man, I can't say if it's good or bad one way or the other. Both those guys are great.
You know, I look at it this way. You know, you're trying to win a game, you're trying to win the regional. Listen, LSU is such a prohibitive favorite to win this regional that it probably won't matter, and especially now with the delays, when you just look at how this is shaping out. Whoever wins the second game between DBU and Rhode Island, they are going to be at such an immense disadvantage, because either they're going to play into the wee hours and then have to turn around and play again tomorrow, or if that game doesn't get played today, they're going to have to turn around and play tomorrow morning, and then whoever loses have to turn right around and play an elimination game. Yep. Whoever wins is going to have to come back that evening and play LSU, presumably LSU. So for all those reasons, the advantage LSU already had is just compounded now because of the weather and the delays. But what I would normally say is you look around college baseball and what so many coaches did today. You know, I think Jimmy told us the number yesterday, something like 80% of the favorites they pitched off. Because if you're LSU, you should be able to throw Jaden Newt and beat Little Rock.
That's right.
And so, you know, what you would typically see happen is, you know, you would throw Jaden Newt in this game, you'd come back with Anderson, and then in the championship game, you'd throw Ianson. That's just not how Jay handles it. This is, you know, we talked so much about Skeens throwing against Tulane in 2023. The difference here is you feel like you have co-aces with Anderson and Ianson. It does. They feel a little. They feel a little interchangeable. So,
at this point in the season, 100%.
So if you want to throw Ianson today because you feel a little better about Anderson in the marble game, okay. Well, you're still going out and throwing a bazooka at these guys today, and Anthony Ianson on the bump against Little Rock.
Do we know what time the start would be tomorrow for the first game? Does it depend on the weather, or
that might depend on TV? So are you saying
what time would the first game be tomorrow?
So just to be clear, are you asking the first time tomorrow, provided both games
play tonight
today?
Yes.
1 p.m.
Okay.
So the elimination game, the elimination game is scheduled for 1 p.m. So that means presumably you'd have to start if Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island don't play tonight. You're probably starting tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I mean, I'm guessing, but
no, I mean,
I'm gonna.
If it's a 1 p.m. start, they could start before that. I would say it'd probably be a 9 a.m. start.
If you would just give me a second here, please talk.
Yeah, no, so if the game tonight, I'm assuming that it does go, and they do play the second game tonight. If it starts at 10, the game finishes at 12 to 12:30. I mean, what I'm doing is counting backwards on sleep and when the guys would get to the hotel. Yeah. And I mean, from a player standpoint, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
I still need 30 or 45 minutes to relax. It's not like I can get in my room, close my eyes, go to sleep. You know.
I could.
Well, I mean, you know, after playing a game, the heart rate's up pretty good. But anyway, yeah, it's going to make it pretty difficult for whoever that is. But not more difficult than playing 2 tomorrow.
What do you mean?
I think they try to get this game in at all costs, even if it finishes at 2 in the morning.
I just think, if you just play this potential scenario out, like let's say, let's just look through the lens of Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island right now.
Let me say why I said that, though.
Okay.
Because if they play tonight and finish at 2 a.m. and use 3 bullpen arms, now they can go. Now they can sleep and I can bring him back tomorrow. I don't think they're bringing guys back same day. I don't think that's a
completely.
thing.
That's we talked about it before.
I just,
that's devastating for your bullpen.
Yeah, you're done at that point.
So, but then think about the path you would have to follow, because if you don't play tonight, someone's going to play and eliminate a plate will play both. Either way, both of those teams will end up playing 2 games tomorrow
before 6 o'clock.
Well, one would play in the winner's bracket game at 6 or whatever, right? But you would have the first round game, right? So the game that's supposed to be in the morning, the loser's bracket game, which is scheduled for 1. So someone would play in the morning, turn right around, play again, right? And then you'd have in an elimination game. Then you'd have the winner's bracket game. Whoever won in the morning would play LSU, presumably. Right. And then if they lost that game, and let's say LSU went, then you'd have to come back Sunday, play an elimination game, and then play LSU again Sunday night. You'd be playing back-to-back doubleheaders Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Like 4 games in 2 days. Like, we've seen doubleheaders where you play, like Little Rock won 5 games in 4 days at their conference tournament. Back-to-back days of doubleheaders. And then, by the way, even if you make it through that, then you've got to play Monday in the championship game. Like, if you somehow manage to beat LSU Sunday night, you got to turn around and play Monday.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
5 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's what Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island would be up against if they don't. I mean, it's already a tough road to hoe. But either way, like, they're either going to play in the wee hours of the morning tonight, or they're going to be someone is going to end up playing double headers on Saturday and Sunday. Either way, it shakes out.
That stinks.
That stinks. Because both of them are playing doubleheaders tomorrow, and someone will come out of the winners, will avoid elimination and have to play LSU. We'll have to play an elimination game Sunday and then play LSU. So either way, if that Dallas Baptist Rhode Island game doesn't happen tonight, somebody is playing a doubleheader on Saturday and Sunday. I mean, it's why you play the first game.
Yeah.
It's why you choose to play the first game when you have the option.
No doubt.
All right, it is after further review. So presumably, we will get to see Cade Anderson in the marble game. We all hope LSU takes care of business against Little Rock when they play it. We'll see Cade Anderson in the marble game. 2 guys we didn't get to see in Hoover are Kason Evans and Zach Cowan, who have been the best bullpen arms for LSU all year. And Cade Anderson was asked about those 2 guys not pitching and kind of get some extra rest.
My goal is to just go into every inning and get outs, and with a fresh Kason and Cowan ready to go this weekend, they'll be good to go, and I think that is a huge advantage for us just to get off their feet, and they're completely ready to go.
Do you think that's a benefit for those guys having not thrown, or would you rather them kind of stay in a rhythm?
I think it's a huge benefit for Cowan to not throw.
Why?
He seemed to be ticking down a little bit, maybe needed a blow, wasn't quite as effective as he was early in the year. To give him some time to reset, maybe get in the film room. So I think it's good for him. Evans, I would have loved to see him, get an inning or 2, and I'm sure they did a live BP session or pretty heavy bullpen session with him to kind of keep him on schedule. But look, I've said this multiple times. One or both of those guys, if this team gets to Omaha and makes a run at this thing, one or both of those guys are going to be the most important pieces to the puzzle, because we all know, man, some squirrely stuff's going to happen. You're going to need somebody to fill in a role that they haven't filled in, or extend and throw longer than they have. Both of those fellas have shown that they can. That they're going to be the Ben Saxons of this team that can come in and eat some innings and win a game for you.
I did find out, by the way, so the decision on the morning game. So hypothetically, let's just real quickly, and by the way, we'll wrap up the show with Ask Ryan, so get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us. I have the Bayou Ford YouTube chat open as well if you want to get questions in there for Theriot. let's play out the hypothetical. So my understanding is, as I'm texting and trying to get this info while we're on air, they're targeting 7 o'clock. Okay, they're targeting. Again, this is unofficial. This is unconfirmed. I'm just sharing as best as I have now. They're targeting 7 o'clock. The latest the second game can start is 11 p.m. So if they start at 7, remember, you need 55 minutes between the games. So that means LSU, the first game, would have to end at 10:05 or 10:04, right? So they'd have to get a 3-hour game in. Which is doable.
Oh, absolutely.
But they'd have to hoof it a little bit. If they don't, like if LSU and Little Rock go past 10 o'clock and they're not able to get the Rhode Island Dallas Baptist game in, that game, Rhode Island Dallas Baptist would play Saturday morning at either 10 or 11 a.m. Most likely that would be up to TV. So TV would determine if they played either 10 or 11, and then you would set the schedule thereafter.
Okay.
The losers bracket game is scheduled for 1 o'clock, but if they play at 11 or at 10, either of those times, you're not getting a second game started at 1 o'clock.
No.
So expect everything Saturday, even with beautiful weather as projected, expect everything Saturday to kind of be bumped back a little bit from what those projected start times. Again, that's if, I'm playing out a hypothetical here, and that's if they, if the second game tonight doesn't happen tonight. That's if the second game has to move to Saturday. Now, best case, of course, is you get both games in tonight, but the best case right now is the second game is going to finish till the wee hours of the morning. That's the best case as of right now. So buckle up. We'll keep you up to date. Get over to LouisianaSports.net. We'll have all the updates there. Everything's free at LouisianaSports.net. We'll have it there for you. I tell people all the time, go to the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app and turn on your notifications, because when we send push notifications for LouisianaSports.net, like game time updates, delays, like when we send breaking news push notifications, we send it through the 104.5 ESPN app. So go to your app store, download the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app. If you have the app but you don't have notifications turned on, turn on notifications so you'll get those updates when we have them. We send the push notifications whenever we get that info. All right, it is After Further Review. Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We're here at Walk-Ons on Burbank, courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light. Man, they've been awesome partners of ours. You know, Chris Davis and Mary Lewis and the whole crew over there. Man, Dan Palmer's been awesome to work with. Cord, JJ, I mean, all the guys. Will, everyone over at Mockler has been awesome to me, and we're thrilled for the partnership and happy to be here with them today. And they're slinging some great, beer and Bud Light and neutral deals and hoop tea as well.
Yep.
So y'all want to come on by, make walk-ons part of your weekend. Remember, they got live music going on today and Saturday. They got live music block party over there at Walk-Ons, and it's totally free because here at Parrish Construction Roofing.
That's right.
We help, along with Central Plumbing, help sponsor this thing. So the bands are paid for. It's all open and free to the public. So y'all come hang out here at Walk-Ons this weekend. All right, let's knock out our final break of the show. We'll come back. We'll wrap up with Ask Brian. You can email us, tweet us, text us your questions in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400. It's AFR.
AFR.
Buying or selling, commercial or residential. If you need a realtor, you need the best, you need Darren James. I'm going to give you Darren's cell phone number, and I want you to call him or text him. And I promise if you text him and say, hey, Darren, Scone said this is your number and that you'd respond, I guarantee you Darren will respond to you. But Darren James has a program unlike any other I've seen. It's his Guaranteed Sale program. You hire Darren, he's going to sit down with you, you'll agree to a price and a deadline. If Darren doesn't sell your home at that price by that deadline, he'll have your home bought with cash, or he will sell it absolutely free. I have told you and shared great testimonials from both sides throughout the last 15 years that I've been telling you about Darren James. So if you need to sell your home, hire the realtor that sells more homes than anyone. Call Darren James and get your home sold. 335-7666.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, Ice Cubes.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll wrap up with Ask Ryan, so get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters as well. Yeah. And you know what tomorrow is?
Yep, tomorrow's Saturday.
Saturday, May 31st. Mm-hmm. You know what the day after that is?
It's Sunday.
Sunday what?
May 32nd. June 1st.
June 1st. Which June 1st? Start of what?
It's
start of what season?
Summer.
Start of
baseball.
You're a freaking roofing guy. Hurricane season. You know what Relief Windows does? Cat 5 approved impact resistant windows. Miami-Dade County Cat 5 approved. Oh. That's the window that you took a baseball bat and tried to break. How did that go for you?
I did. No, it hurt my hand.
Yeah.
Hands.
So when you think about adding an extra layer of security to home, beautifying your home, making your home more energy efficient, Relief Windows can help. 288-8138, 288-8138 or reliefwindows.com. Richard said, ask Ryan, will you be my celebrity endorsement for getting people to say gold and purple instead of purple and gold?
Nope.
Absolutely no reason for this, LOL.
Nope.
What'd you think about the gold lids? You didn't see them? Hold on.
Tonight?
So, apparently, LSU, Cauble said, like, LSU got sent these. They're not going to wear them, but they wore some guys wore them at practice. What do you think? You can be honest.
I really like him.
Oh, I hate you so much. You're the worst ever. I like as a hat for somebody.
Like if Houston was wearing that hat?
If your son was wearing the hat right now, fine. I'm talking about for the team. For the team. Wear that with the whites. What are we talking about?
Yeah, you don't wear. You look at the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Thank you. That's my point. Your son wants to wear it backwards around the frat house. I got no problem with that.
It's a cool hat.
I got no problem with that. That's fine. Not the team. Not in the games.
Yeah. Man, I love the gold jerseys. Whew.
Craig, ask Ryan. I know pitching is different with these delays. The position player, you're ready to go when it's finally game time. Do you need extra time?
No, I mean you're ready to go. The position players doesn't change a whole lot.
Eric, ask Ryan. Favorite Tommy Cruise movie?
Who? Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Oh, you know what? I watched The Firm last night.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one, man.
Long time since I've seen
I watched The Firm last night. He did a hell of a job in The Firm. Good show.
Ask Ryan, favorite LSU baseball uniform, Tom?
Gold jerseys.
Gold white.
All day. Yep.
Craig, ask Ryan, score prediction for the baseball game?
11-2.
Derek, ask Ryan, are you a butt or boobs guy?
Oh,
good
man.
question.
Yeah, it is a good question. Got to be butt.
Are you? They didn't ask me, but I agree.
Yeah, it's a good question. Easy answer.
Clayton asked Ryan, did you hear there's an actual bear in Broadmoor?
Man, I saw that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I did see that. I saw a bear.
Ask Ryan, could Jay not be protesting the delays to force exactly what y'all are talking about? Meaning, is he trying to force Dallas Baptist Rhode Island to have to play later?
No, this is NCAA stuff here, fellers. They make all the calls in the regionals, super regionals in Omaha.
Steven said Scone and Hunt first ever baseball whiskey and wine. It's not. That would not be the first ever baseball whiskey and wine. T-Bob and I have done several baseball whiskey and wines during the 2023 postseason. We did the first game of the championship series, LSU Florida. We did the super regional on the sunny day on the super regional. We were over at Don Juan for baseball whiskey and wines. We've done it before.
It's a thing.
It is a thing. Man, what a day. Glad you came.
It's been a long day, fun day. I think it's going to end on a high note, though. It's a great feel out here at Walk-Ons right now, for sure.
Thanks to Michael Cauble, Jimmy Burrow joined us, Doug Thompson, Ryan Theriot, Muse Pauly back in studio, Alondra here on site. Appreciate the work. Thanks to Walk-Ons. Thanks to Bud Light. Go Tigers. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 3.
AFR.
And as we head into our weekend, I get to remind you about Supper Club, where Theriot will go and fight you for the butter cake, because it's actually pretty awesome.
It's so good.
It is really good. Highlighting the butter cake at Supper Club is just highlighting the understanding that whatever you order at Supper Club, it's going to be the best thing that you've ever had that you order. If you want a steak, you can get their A5 Wagyu, which is they sell Wagyu that 8 restaurants in America have access to. Like, Brandon McKenzie had to join a Japanese beef cooperative just to have the opportunity to buy this beef. Like, that's how rare it is. Like, you want the best of everything, they got it. I mean, the veal parm is incredible. The Chilean sea bass, whatever you're craving, they got it better than anyone. Go make a memory at Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.